Hello? Oh god, music. Suddenly music just started out of nowhere and I got not spooked, but like, what? Let's lower the audio a little bit. It's a smidge. We can probably change that as we go along. So here we go. New game. Oh god. Stats. Right. Wait, you get to pick proficiency as well? Okay, you have 2 proficiencies. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Tornus lament will pray. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Oh my god. Competency. I don't know why that was so difficult. Luckily, you already know your cause. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement and literally die. Become a zealot, regain your honor, set out on your divine mission. The cleric's unique take on strength. We get the background as well. Okay. Uses. Higher strength close to equip extra items. Be violent and or manly, useful in encounters. Religious fervor? Is that misspelled or meant to be like a pun? Aesthetic naturalism. Increased manhood. With that. Roll. A high strength player votes for the party of Norvik. Prays for his dead god, uses brute force and puzzles, punches the big bad evil guys in the face, wants to become a real human hero, loves quests, simple as. Low strength is weak, sniveling rat, bows down to anyone stronger, can't handle the banter, gives up when going gets tough, is afraid of women, doesn't care about quests. And dexterity. It's imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Belief in oneself is just. Wealth is built from within. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance, and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance. And of course, your ability to gracefully avoid the consequence of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. Is it that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you? To grab as much you can. Well, the grabbing's good. To progress towards a new future full of freedom. So those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. Promise you, no one else will. You can steal anything. Pick locks, sneak and dodge traps, and roll initiative and react quickly as a dashing rogue. Become a Republican revolutionary. That's rich. Just run away, dummy. Vote the revolutionary free striders. Collects piles of shiny coins. Acts first in every encounter. Avoids trouble before it brews. Always has a witty reply. Looks out for himself. Takes the big risks and win every time. Takes big risks and fails every time if you don't have decks. Doesn't notice anything in time, stumbles over his own feet, drops the ball, figuratively and literally, is slow, mentally and physically, is dirt poor, very embarrassing. Institution. Always listen to your hungry stomach. Measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut. The instinct that kicks in when you're standing in the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced back to your lower half of the stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshy logic. Simple, easy, truthful. Hit points. Control your body and esoteric connection. Your political party polled 2% last week and you don't care. Pain is good for you. Roll. Keep forgetting there's an election. Focuses on good things in life. Is tougher than entropy. Keeps his neuroticism in check. Talks with the spirits in the walls. Listens to his gut. Is already dead. Low constitution. Will die. Panics over everything. Listens to his gut and is wrong. Has no control of his bodily functions. Can't handle the pain. Has no special connection with walls. What do you mean walls? Intelligence. Glorious design. Let those who learn lead. So through merit of ability and nothing else. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple. Pure, unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world. So too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not bow, they do not deserve you. You know everything about their past, and therefore it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Prepare more spells. Think, plan, execute an actual plan. Complete the megocratic return. Vote for yourself. Be a genius without peers. Votes for the best wizard, you. Despises and envies the gods. Solves every mystery with ease. Masters arcane magic. Spouts historical facts for hours. Is specific towards those lesser. Knows everything. Low intelligence, know nothing. Ignorant and confident, oh no. Makes up tidbits to seem smart. Is barely sentient. Cannot intentionally solve mysteries. Is an idiot. Dare. Wisdom. The large crumble upon their heavy forms. The mystic falter at the crucial point. The small rise of the occasion. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you. To feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathetic bond with her, their wants and fears, their dreams and hopes. You can read people, for good or bad, and pick up details others would pass by. It is your belief in the heart of all folk to give and share what you have, and be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true route to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. Empower your spells. Be kind and see good in all folk. Egalitarian hope for the Asgalian working class. You are no big bad evil guys. What is with these like last notes that show up in these? They're votes for the Asgalian worker party. Hates nothing except hierarchies. Embraces feminine side. Follows his bleeding heart. Masters primal magic. Reads body language like a champ. Notices all details. Low wisdom is oblivious fool, misreads cues all the time, does not think about the lower class, does not get people, fails at spotting traps, is not aware of where he is, like what's going on here, I'm so confused. And charisma. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational, informed decisions, devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct, is frankly inspiring. Measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkempt personality, but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will, like a chameleon. Become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Automatic discount. Win every conversation. Say the right thing. Say whatever gets people to like you and become an apolitical force of nature. Be arguably sociopathic. Votes for whatever makes him popular. Was socialized as a child. Knows what to say to win favors. Can actually flirt with some baddies. Loves to mind control people. Sees truth as a suggestion. Has no soul. Is very likable. Doesn't know how to act with people. Fumbles the baddies. Fears conversation. Is like the opposite of a skilled orator. Has no style. Well then. Well, there's also the background focus. Oh, punching bag. You're a farmer's son who grew up in the city. Of course, you'll be an outcast. It took time, but eventually figured out how to cope with it. Troll killer. You don't remember it, but you know well how your father died. Sometimes it motivates you. Sometimes it felt impossible to live up to. Kiosk kid. Your mom wasn't around a lot, so to keep you out of trouble, she forced you to get a post-school job. You still despise the smell of newspapers. Lower enthusiast. Spending time alone in the city, you often ended up at the Darovian library. The strange history of Jor's realm was a constant companion to you. Crowd pleaser. Inevitably, you ended up with the wrong crowd. You quickly picked up the slang and radical terminology, doing anything to get real friends. Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them. The boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. Asgalist activist. Your friend soon introduced you to a rebellious belly of Norvik. As a teenager, you spent years spreading chaos and worse, dwarf propaganda. Local rally stopped by fascist landlord. The cat. Earthguard recruit. After your arrest, there wasn't much arguing about it. 3 grueling years in training, drilled on the city code and virtues, but you survived. One friend. You really ever only prayed for the one thing during those lonely years, but the gods did not answer, so you learned to manage as always. Acolyte. Your knack for scribing got your promotion to the clerical duties. Picked out of the ranks, you quickly showed deep devotion to the Divine City. Wouldn't that be like +2 wisdom instead? Tower Apprentice. Yawning the towers is an honor bestowed upon few. It's also a terrible challenge, even for you. Who'd have thought lectures were so draining? Arcane Prodigy. For the first time in life, you were a natural. You've always done a few cantrips, but real magic was something else. It was power. Palace Pawn. As a rising talent, you often found yourself amidst the politicking of superiors. Despite your best effort, it never ended well for you. Faithful Harbinger. There's something wrong. Praying to a dead god whose whispers linger in the air, slowly fading, you were isolated among your peers. Esoteric Expert. Spent most nights seeking esoterical insight. A lonely life, your findings were unwanted by those in charge, yet you did not stop, never. Revolutionary Scribe. Disillusionment. A city with ideals not upheld. One day you chose a side, the emerging democracy. You wrote day and night for change and glory. Abject Apostate. No one likes you. When you were demoted for dereliction, no one spoke up against it, but it's fine. You'll be fine. After all, you're used to it. Dead Cleric. Growing up alone, getting into trouble, training with the Earth Guard, devoting your life and becoming a cleric. Was it always supposed to end in the river? I think I saw... do I go for... Strength 1 or... Arcane Prodigy? How much can I go? I cast Punch! Okay, I have no dexterity. Is it? Like, is there a point to get like 17 intelligence versus 16? I don't know, but yeah. Well, that's not good. I am a mighty cleric. I cast Punch. High strength, high intelligence. No dexterity, low wisdom. There's pre-built. Primal Cleric, Trickster Cleric, Scholar Cleric, Beefy Cleric. Yes, more apples, Apple Boy. Unstable Cleric. Oh, that's a lot of charisma. Oh yeah, some of them do give +3. I guess if you do that, you can have another modifier, +6. What is that picture? Well, I guess it's the Constitution. It's a stomach with teeth, right? Anyway, let's go learn the punch spell or something. Five days until the election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they send you. The clumsiest cleric in the city. I do have low dexterity. Why is the light being red again? Complete your quests in any order. Good. Don't be afraid to make an interesting choice. I didn't keep up. The campaign will take it from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. Sorry, I looked away and only 6 texts. Don't try stealing anything, okay? Commented on my stats. Speak with Dead. Drop the thing. There it is. A thing. Sure. Truth and nothing else, the voice declares. What is your name? Intelligence. Success. Rang. Your name is Rang. And in your statement of citizenry, Rang Hamlin. Truth and nothing else. What is your name? Rang Hamlin. Factually correct. Your answer? Another question from the darkness. What is your occupation? Strength. You aimed at Patriarch. More realistically, you would have ended up a sender. What? What's an occupation in this context? Didn't you have a job? Something really important. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. Look around. It's more darkness. It's more than darkness. It's nothing all around you. Class? What class am I? Lower class. You are a great spellcaster who will rule the world one day. Yes. Occupation? Ha! Forever standing at the gates of chaos. Holding the lines against all things foul is no more job. It's a calling, destiny. I'm a goddamn wizard. I'm the guardian of justice and peace, a true human hero. I'm awful at everything. I'm a wizard. Gods be damned you are. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? To cast Punch. You are a hero. By divine dictate, only you can save the world. With your gift, you can easily take control one day. The Goblin Chieftain, she needs you. What? To rule, to save. Save, rule. Yeah, ooh. Control? Control of everything. Why all these questions? No clue, but you should keep them talking. To save the world by ruling it. We're counting on you. Keep it together. No reply, no feedback. And the voice says, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. The National Party of Norvik, of course. Theocracy is a farce. Don't stoop so low. It is the Asgalists. Yes, they are decent, possibly. It's the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you, no one else. The Free Traders, maybe? Then again, you're no revolutionary. Things just move too fast these days. Elections are exhausting. I should be in charge as God, King, Wizard, Lore. Once we based our worth on knowledge and ability, it shall come again. The voice is fading. This is the end. The final question. How did you why am I dead? Following your convictions. I fell into divinity. She took me whole. A game by Kristoffer Bodegård. Ooh. I like this. Apples. Lobster. Buy lobster. Apples. That's a lot of apples. Yep. Day 1. March 22nd. A fresh start. Get up. Your body aches. It's stiff, as if you've slept for days. Ready for your glorious quest to continue. Ooh, check your stuff. What stuff? Your hands start around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake. Tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. Look around. Circular stone chamber, storage for apples and corpses. Why both apples and corpses? Those piles of apples. Is this Tolstad? Wait, what's this about a quest? +1 hit points. Oh, yes, a quest! You're on a quest to save the city. Interact with highlighted words to receive a glossary entry. Like that quest? A task performed by heroic individual and or professional adventurer. Earth be blessed. DC 1, your god. Do I remember everything? Not sure. Do you have some sort of amnesia? No. Just remember it. Your thoughts are scattered. But your memory is intact. Okay, but what's the quest again? You've got a job. The tea shop job. Tea shop job. Yep, the tea shop that blew up. It'll be a tough one. Might take days. That quest? I like those. Gain quest. Again, experience. 5 XP. Good attitude. There's always more around the corner, so look out. Don't want to miss any. Wait, so how much time do I have? Until the election, which is in 5 days. The Patriarch was very clear. Handle the tea shop before election day. Patriarch. A top clerical rank in Norvik. Different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. He managed a section of clerics each at the towers. Cleric. Cleric, a servant of the gods, deeply devoted and spiritually connected, typically a divine spellcaster given power for a deity. You must complete this request and complete this quest. Just a job? I've done this before. You haven't really. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the towers. Earthguard, the heroes of Norvik, keepers of city law, defenders of humanity, your brothers. Norvik, your home city, founded by your god towards the end of the Coast War. It is built upon several layers of ancient ruins. The coast, also known as Yor's Realm, it is a strip of land divided into 8 bands. Further inland you go, the closer you get to the Infinite Wastes. It is theorized to be a ring of a half sphere due to the bend of horizon. To be a ring or a half sphere. Ah. The Infinite Wastes, starting at approximately 1,000 or so miles from the coast, depending on various factors, this land is inhospitable, unexplorable, and quite frankly cursed. Each band has its own flavor of this waste. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. They're not too common these days, however, this incident does not appear overly complex. So to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. You're the only one they sent. Best get to work, hero. A hero? Me? Yes, it's time to deliver all this wonderful city. Your duty has come. Give everything to Norvik. Did I get this? Norvik, the central city of Ascani and last bastion of humanity. It was founded upon the end of the conquest in blah blah exact 70. Ascani. Ascani, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is Cold Mountain's realm. It is your home, also referred to as Ascani interchangeably. A band, an esoteric divide split in circular coast of Yor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Each band has a unique esoteric and natural trait and stretches across the coast and infinite waste. Esoteric. Esoteric. The magic of Yor and his strings. The coast is infused with it. Yor, the name of our realm, also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing at the end of the Gate Era. Wizard. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster, typically plays Yor strings by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Gate Era. A period lasting approximately 3,000 years. The first era named after the many gates opened by Yor to connect his realm with all others ended around 2,000 years ago if you trust modern scholars. Yor strings. The leylands of esoteric power that holds the realm together. Everything? I don't think... Oh. You feel dizzy. The weight of the Earthguard uniform, a dull pain takes hold. Your body aches, its contents rotten. You must consume an apple now! There are many apples here, and corpses. Worry not of pain, care not of hunger. The city needs you, and needs your bones ground into pulver. Pulver onto pulver. Dust. That's Swedish for dust, but with like a weird umlaut. Do this, and your one prayer will be answered. You have been routed for far too long. Finish this task with precision and the decisiveness. Regain your position at the tower, then return to your true task. The towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as OACN. OACN, nobody calls it that. Is the true power in this Forsaken City. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. It will suggest, inform, and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Rub your temples. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel. It is covering your entire head. Colloquially known as a helmet. Can I take it off? No! Oh, you... Okay. I wouldn't do that. Like ripping off your own face. Not a good... Not yet. Can't wait until you... It's DC... 2026. Huh. Okay, thank you all. Apple. Behold apple. Looks better than the ones in the pile. Trifle. Consume. Consuming it will save your soul. I am saved. Engage. You stare at the blue rag. It's draped over the outline of someone. Human, male, over 40. Human, tall and beautiful like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. I see. It must be normal to take naps down here. No response. Curious behavior to lie perfectly still under a blanket like this. Perhaps he requires assistance. Check under the rag. I don't need to find a cold corpse for human. Looking over him, you find hair, pale skin, got a beard too. And he was alive once. Mid-40s, factory worker, Askani blood. His complexion shows nearly no decay, most likely under the effects of a preserving spell. DC. If you select the dice choice, you will roll a 20-sided dice if you get. Examine him closer. Yay! There's something strange here. This is no regular gentle repose. Second level necromancy spell. Keeps a corpse from decaying. Lean in and look closer. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker litter his skin. Cause of death appears to be not directly visible. No blunt trauma. Consider his age and the shape of his body. This man most likely died of a common disease or internal failure. It's a pretty broad and vague. Unless you're willing to start cutting, that's all you'll get. Except, what? There's also a mark on the right leg, a circle with a cross inside it. 300 pieces? Marking up the PR, potential revivification. Oh right, this guy can be revived. Seems so. He most likely died during care, and was granted immediate gentle repose. However, he clearly did not have an RF, a Revive Fund, nor did he have family members with enough ready cash. Revive Fund, a type of life insurance. Monthly payments are made into an account that can be used to pay for the resurrection of a fallen holder, given they're under the age of 75 human scale. Resurrection, the act of returning a dead person back to life. There are many spells that do this, from a weak Revivify to the legendary Resurrection. Third level necromancy, if used within 60 seconds of death and the body isn't too ruined, the target is brought back to life. Or perhaps if it's an unlikable fellow, who knows? Fair enough. So I could cast a Revivify on this guy? Potentially, yes. Although the question is more akin, why should you? A third level spell slot is a valuable resource. Why waste it on some blue-collar corpse? Who was this guy? This is a dead working man, the type to spend his whole life toiling away for nothing. That's a sad way to view a life of valuable hard work. Honorable hard work. Why is he here? This is a morgue, a lich house, clearly. A mortuary, a holding space for dead bodies. During times of undeath, they are known to be heavily guarded. So you gotta loot him, right? Yeah. As long as he doesn't wake up or anything. Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud. It will be dishonorable. Only take what you need for your quest. Grave robbing is frowned upon by some, even in these enlightened times. Either way, you will not get into trouble. No one will know. I just stop bothering him now. And I'll let him keep the apple. And this is engage. The ruins fill your senses as you approach. The center of your see this red eye watching over you, yet the color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. A sacred shrine left in this state? It's an insult to Earth and all of his people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. The city is lost, but it is not just lost. This gives me a headache. Politics is exhausted. Remove the apples. It does not take long for you to move some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. Small improvement, but big in the heart. These old things are still around, huh? A remnant of blindness and decay. It is a shrine to your god. Protect it. Are these rare? No, you will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Can I pray here? To what exactly? To Earth, of course. So it's a waste of time? Yes, a waste. Nothing else. You may pray as you wish. To Earth. I need to pray to Earth. Kneel, move on. You feel small. Cast spells, you must first prepare them at shrines. Prepared spells can be cast when a cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogues. Each casting spends one spell slot of corresponding. Prepare spells. What do I have? I have Cure Wounds. That's it. Prepare spells. Collective spells. One spell. At the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each check will represent which you may expand. I have 3 spell slots. I only have Cure Wounds. To the right, you may view a list of your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to prepare them and blah blah. Which spell you cast, which you prepare, you fill its empty slot to the right. So you may only prepare a spell if you have the spell slot of the corresponding level available. Behold. Why is there a paper here? Divine Scripture. Shield of Faith. Memorize Shield of Faith. Oh! One bonus action, components, concentration. A shimmering shield appears for the duration. Any loss of hit points is reduced by 1. Pray. Take a deep breath and begin your prayer. And tranquility. Contemplate your class. Identity is not easy. It is everything from faction to home life to street. To choose might be the first step. Contemplate the election. the first election. Your vote won't matter. Your vote will be the most important of all. The tea shop. Let your mind go through the basics of what you know. The tea shop was destroyed in the middle of the day. Minor injuries were reported. Your goal is to enter the tea shop and investigate it properly. Can I return here when I have more things to think about? Always. Shipwreck. Wait, can I heal here? Through divine assurance or something? Yes? Possibly. The gods are kind to you. You think they care? If you want healing, you have to do it yourself. Of course you can heal here, but only if you pray hard enough. Oh, it's easier because I removed the apples. That is not enough. That is very not enough. You focus your mind on Earth symbols, red eye. You recite a few words of remembrance before you sense the channeled strings around the shrine. They converge upon you. And oh, I did. Oh, well, that's something. Sure is, but you sense there is something you've missed. What were those words, the ones you learned in the towers? You failed already. Now, now do it for real. It's locked because I already did it, but okay. What are the gods? Many, you know, a few. These are not actually gods, are they? Shrine of Earth. So you are. Oh wait, that's not what not the gods. There we go. No, not gods, technically. It's complicated. So the common divine avatar is known to the various folk of Norvik. Gain 5 experience. A ruse played by the powers in the beyond. Ridiculous. Earth, father of Norvik. You voted your life to follow in his footsteps. Torgik the Gambler. A trickster, the type of god only famous for his ridiculous ploys. Okay, now there's a letter. Let's look at that. A voting card, -1 intelligence? What does that mean? Do I lose intelligence by grabbing it? Röstkort! Nationalist Party of Norvik, Free Strider Revolutionary Party, Askalist the Workers' Party, Argarian Rural Party, Arcanist Party of Magic, or something else. Scuff voting card made out to a Ragnar Hemlin. Oh, that's me! It's from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all the 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day for your voices to be heard. Famine. You picked up this surprisingly thick piece of paper with a shaking hand. The card is slightly torn and has clearly been drenched at some point. At the top of it says Röstkort in big bold lettering. Röstkort, means voting card in fancy Scandi Dwarven. How does this thing work? After you pick it up at the district office, you'll need to check the box of one of the 5 parties. You deliver it on election day to a polling place, although in your case you need to write the name of the party you'd want in the corner along with the signature. Since you fill out every box, like an idiot. Alright, there's an election. Oh! It was nice not to think about it for once. Useless. We should just get a God King again. Worked great last time. That'd be for the best. Unfortunately, there's no good candidate available. We'll become the candidate! Apart from yourself, of course. Yeah. Nationalist Party of Norvik. The Inheritors of Earth's Will, a theocratic organization founded by upholders of the old ways, headed by magistrates and 20-something noble familiars. Magistrate, the high government position beyond the Lord Patriarch, chosen to rule the district of Norvik for 10 to 12 years depending on the bloodline. Lord Patriarch, the commander of the city, forces the top cleric beneath Earth. The title is appointed by Earth current Lord Åkesson. What's the title? Having Exam, having led the city for the past 30 years. He's withdrawn leader over the 80 years of the Edge and blah blah. Lord Patriarch of Norvik, the supposed face of the Nationalist Party, but due to his withdrawn behavior, most campaigning is done by the magistrates. The 5 rulers of the 5 districts, they are Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Food Lord, and Law Lord, each a unique role for the city's bureaucracy. Sometimes the titles switch between districts, generally the housing districts holds the Home Lord, and the Palace holds the Law Lord. The Palace, an unofficial nickname for the current rulers of Norvik, named after the Palace district in which most central authority resides. One of the 5 districts in Norvik, home to aristocrats, bureaucrats, and the remnants of Earth's court. Free Strider, Revolutionary Party. Free Strider is the new way. People in the east have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolutionaries slowly crept into the city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich. Askalist, Workers' Party. The workers who built the city want to rule it. It seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? Agrarian, Rural Party. Those who live off the earth, simple farmers, people of the land, the common clay of Ascani fields. Their political movement has mostly been swallowed by Asgalists. Arcanist, Party of Magic. The Magocrats who ruled the pre-Coast War human civilization in Old Diminor, also a very minor political party in Norvik. Diminor, the Arcane era name for reeds, often referred as Old Diminor. The name was changed to Free Stride Revolutionaries to mark the end of the old Magocracies. Arcane era, 511 years of rapid medical and technological growth, as well as the birth and death of the great human Magocracies in Diminor, now reads, ended 27 years ago. And finally, the last part doesn't say anything, but this is where you can input whatever you want. You'll just leave it empty for a null vote. The box next to each party is filled with a smudged checkmark, including the last empty one. Are these all the parties? No. There's about a dozen other large parties in Norvik. Most have been subsumed over the last few years, such as the Civic League of Progressive, the Torch Union, Order of the Scales, Hedonist Party, and the various guild parties. Agrarians and Arcanists are the only ones who have not joined the larger party of fallen aside. Okay, good to know. Behold, pile of apples. Can't take them, but straight to pile of apples. Apples are good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Should these be stored alongside corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Of course not, it's nasty. It's certainly a violation against the city code, probably. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? It's not really a question of could, it's a question of do you have the time? As well as will your stomach survive the ordeal? No. A tremendous challenge worthy of your attention! It will lead to death. Remove the bad apples first. Most of the apples are fine to you, but you move away a handful looks funny. That's a lot of apple. Yes. Start eating. That's a good roll. You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Dig in. Nom, nom, nom. The first apple goes in the hatch. Another one. Number 2 goes well. You chew it in peace. Third. Yep, that was an apple. Next one. That one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw shake, your hand shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing. Come on. You feel refreshed for a moment at least. A pile of apples tower you over still. You've barely made a dent. The apple boy is back. Yes, eat the apple, apple boy. Feel sick. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out the pile of apples. Piece of paper? No. It's a spell scroll. Dancing light. You worked hard for it. Good job. It is dancing light, a versatile cantrip that can be used to light up your surroundings at will. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche, as you always do. Some people at the towers used to fear your innate powers to master magic like that. Which is understandable, it is pretty terrifying. At will outside of dialogue, did not consume any spell slots. Very cool, check out the cantrip. Oh, there it is. I have a thing. Incense. Oh yeah, but isn't this my stuff? Tattered cloak. Cloak is sprawled upon an iron slab. As you grab it, you immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. An Earthguard cloak add-on has been ripped to shreds at the base, but you can still use it. Please don't, this thing is disgusting. Bring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. Still quite wet. Weight in your hands. It is heavy. Should I wear this? No? I mean, but I'm not a rogue. Sorry, the word I am not a rogue is not in your vocabulary, actually. Please rephrase. That's not one word, though. So pedantic. So unrefined. Shut up. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. God, I can fit so many items in this thing. Yes, you are very lucky. There's like a million crowns on the market. Crowns, the Norwegian crown, the main coinage in Norway. Norwegian crown, the official currency of Norway. Suffered heavy inflation during the years of Earth passing. A meal is somewhere between 5 to 20 crowns. A cheap month's rent is 100 crowns. A spellbook is 50 crowns. An average salary inside the city is up to 300. An average salary inside the city is up to 500. Earth's passing, the day your god died. Norway is so much text. But for that, I believe they will return if they host a true legendary feast. Earth's passing, drink and feasting with family and friends, mostly used to ignore the darkness of winter outside. This kind of magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. Of course, you don't truly own this pouch of holding. What? It is property of the state. Treated as such. Equipping items temporarily alters your ability score. Helm, practically your face. Do not take it off. No, I will not. Free apple. Okay, now hello, person I've been meeting to. A guy who looks indecisive. A zombie! Right, I figured you looked weird. Approach a shambling man by the apple pile. Greetings, citizen. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon his right face. What is your name, sir? He's not even turned to look. Why is this man not listening to me? This is a reanimated corpse. Probably a work zombie, although it's been illegal to employ undead since the Bone Purge of 11. Bone Purge, a citywide effort in 11 PE to stop necromancers from outcompeting mortal staff factories. Sir, are you a member of the undead? What's he doing? Seems to be fussing over apples or something. Did I defeat the zombie? Yes, it is only just. Undead are not allowed in Norvik. You should probably speak with the owner first. But his voting card over there, is it yours? Zombie does not even grunt in your direction, he just keeps working. You grip your voting card firmly in your gloved hand. It is indeed yours, keep it safe. We need to... Everything surrounding this so-called democratic process is madness. Everyone should just vote for me to be their god, king, wizard. That way I can solve all their problems through magical dictatorship. It is a neat thought, but in all honesty, there is no other good way forward. You'll become an Arcanist. Gain 10 experience 5 times for choosing this political stance 2 times. Your genius will enlighten the masses. It simply must be. Am I boring you? The zombie carefully places another apple on top of the pile. Clearly a weak man left to rot below this indecisive nature. Right, let's leave him for now. Oh, he's in the way as well. Good morning, cleric. Visken's lair. Hi. Local mortician. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On top of paper you see an icon of a serpentine drake. The Great Purge, these are official documents of the city. Great Purge, the drake-like sea creature found alongside River Torna. Earth was known to tame these creatures, and eventually the Great Purge became a symbol of this great city. The second longest documented river on the coast, splitting the band of Ascani in half. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this Lich House. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. He smiles at you. This person emanates an immense power. Foul, perhaps more accurately, is simply there, immovable, eternal. Beware. I work up below. Yes, I know. On one of those Stone slabs. Uh-huh. Next to a wet cloak. Apologies, I told Ost to throw the thing away. Ost. Why? He puts down his pen. I'm afraid you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. River Take, he added. They thought they'd caught you in their net, took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them, you weren't exactly in prime condition. Wait, how did you end up in the river? How did I end up in the river? Not a river, the river. I'm afraid I don't know much to tell. Perhaps you fell one of the bridges to Tolstad? Sprawling island of fortress in the 5 districts above the door, home of Jorn Pillar, sprawling tunnel network, and Waterlane, the greatest trade hub in Ascania. You are in Tolstad right now. Waterlane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in the massive tunnel piercing the center of Tolstad, is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and is the reason for so many people coming to Tolstad over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstad to the rest of the city. There's so much word, so many words. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to all of this. Perhaps. You would know, cleric. Who were these fishermen? River guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. Where can I find them? He ponders the question. I did not ask names, sorry to say. Or perhaps Waterlane? That's just a guess. Either that or Logan Tavern. Hope you find them. So I am in fact alive? The pillman stops for a moment. He looks you up and down. Yes, I believe you are. Other questions? A 31 DC. There's a zombie in your basement. Oh, how quaint. Sure, why is it there? We're closely connected to the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. Short for the city below the city. A phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norwich. Lots of monsters and stuff down there, also riches if you delve deep enough. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I will pay good grounds for HWBT. Halfway Bridge Tribe, commonly known as the Halfway, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norwich, and arguably the most influential despite their small size, led by Lady Miska Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstad. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting in the southernmost tip of Tolstad, is now a goblin sanctuary and greenhouse. Goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They got 3 tribes in Norwich and are considered somewhat civilized. Monster, short for monstrosity, defined as non-sentient creature born out of magical means, often by combining various natural beasts, or from curses or esoteric events. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then, good. Yes, I keep moving apples down there. Oh, the apples. Fascinating behavior. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray undead creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you the rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. I don't actually believe you. What do you mean, cleric? He must be punished. The zombie's clearly working for you. That is illegal. Wait, can I do? Okay, I can't say. A great apology for putting you in the situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. I'll make sure to tighten up security in the future. No, your Ost will do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a screech yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia. I'm proud to say you need to pay for your... Of course, I will be sure to ask for respect of the PCG, Pest Control Guild. Oldest guilds in Norvik, they're supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens that the city usually have backlogs for months. Pale Man is twisting the entire situation smart. Is there anything... If there's anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It's because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure your good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This... Make him quiet! So I need to roll a 13. Oh! You feel a red veil cover your vision, muscles clenching. You know what to do. Slam your fist into the stone desk. No! Before the pale man gets out on the word, your gloved fist hits a stone slab desk with a loud thud. For the first time, you see a genuine, baffled expression appear on his face. And then pain. Oh, I took damage! Slowly lift your broken fist off the desk. Cleric, you've broken the law, Mortician. Oh, it is time to pay. Despite the pain, you feel like a real man. Yes. Pale man takes a deep breath. He reaches below into his desk and brings forth a pouch. An isolated incident, it will not be repeated. This isn't a bribe, is it? Of course not, Cleric. As a city cleric, you obviously have to ability to accept Dagsböter. Dagsböter. Like a daily fines on behalf of Norwich. A dwarven for day fine, yeah. Some might call it a legal extortion, but it really depends on the district. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4, in a singular violation case, a Dagsböter of minor class is issued. In relation to my status as Tolstad business owner, it does precisely 25 crowns. How does he know that? Well done, justice has prevailed. I mean, I can't... I need a plus 11 and then also a DC of 20 to do that. I require assistance with other things. So, what do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. If he knows more than you, it could be useful to listen. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps his face. I settled on time for proper lecture at the moment. After the election, I could make time if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Till then, you're free to borrow my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. Of course. Memorized Charm Person. A copy of Charm Person, it will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, despite its first level. It's a great shortcut to charming people, although you gotta be careful with the fallout, if you care about such things. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages of the palace archives, or a great library in the tower, since you obviously would have access to that. However, I don't believe you have the time for either of those options, so it's just the other route. Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece of my collection. Oh. You're very much allowed to indulge, Cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. You don't need his permission. Now, it's also filled with all kinds of strange caches. You'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. I am, struck a heroic pose. He nods to you and the compositor is writing. That's the very basics of spellcasting. Oh, I mean, of course. Embarrassing. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during a prayer at a shrine. We're gonna find more shrines. There's the Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs past the pillar. There's also one on Water Lane View, I believe, past the trade post. You'll find more hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. That's all I have to ask for spellcasting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Treating a servant like that is despicable. Sounds like good practice. I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember the spells are terribly useful when applied properly. You called me a cleric. I did, yes. I am the cleric. I'm not a cleric, no way. Interesting. What are you then? I'm a hero, I'm a wizard. I'm a hero. The pale man stares at you in silence for a few seconds. Ah, of course. Here to say today. Yes. Yes! Wonderful. I don't know where to go. You shake your voice, makes you sound like a positive. Förtvivlad. Despaired. Dwarvish word meaning desperation, anguish, hysteria brought on from mental pain. I don't know what to tell you, cleric, but there's a certain rumor that a local goblin chieftain is waiting for you, goblin chieftain. Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She's down in the Goblin Garden. Of course, you've heard her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She's one of the 3 goblin tribes exonerated by Earth after the Conquest. The Conquest, the correct way of referring to the historical events in which humans founded Norvik. Most humans, however, refer to as the Reconquest. The Reconquest, a historical event in Norvik, began as Earth's landing in 466 AE and is said to have been finished by 468 AE, then when Earth finished eradicating the trolls who roamed in the ruins of Tulinkatl. It is the point of contention if it should be called a Reconquest or just Conquest, as no humans have ever lived in the location before. Trolls. The monsters are native to Aska. They exist in the broad categories from small and mostly harmless green trolls to mutated volatile cursed trolls. They vary in intelligence, strength, and organizational abilities. But they are a core enemy of the Earth folk, as was Earth destroyed the Rising Kingdom near the late Arcan area. Earth folk. People of Earth, the ancestors of those who reconquered the Askani coast, true mythological heroes. The goblins live in a garden? Well, not quite. You'll see when you get there. And when you do, make sure you pay your respects. Lady Sateliv is a powerful ally. We'll even go as far as calling her the de facto lawkeeper on this island of fortress. This goblin is no lawkeeper, only the city rules. Earth rule. That's all the help I needed. I mean, I'll try, but it's not gonna... Oop. You glare at the playing man who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually feels stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earthguard member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. Correct. Maybe we can get back to that later. Some die checks are locked on failure and can be attempted again later. These checks are unlocked on a long or short rest or by spending shards of yore. But a roll without very high DC should probably be lowered before attempting it again. Before you do, make sure you collect all your belongings. What belongings? Quite a lot. Your uniform, your cloak, and also a voting card. A peculiar voting card. Every party had been marked on it, assuming it's yours. I'm not sure if it's mine, maybe, possibly. Paleman ignores your comment. I asked Ost to lay the surviving pages of your spellbook to dry, over there, he says, and points across the chamber. Then looks at the pocket watch on his desk. As an esoteric pocket watch, you may have it, cleric. It will surely prove useful to this. Beyond that, you should be good. Do you have any weapons? None, I'm afraid. You must be at the bottom of the River Torna. Damn, you maybe pick up something new. Maybe a warhammer? Got it. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric, you could start an expression. Good luck on your quest. You may move faster. Hold shift left click. Time to go. Spellbook. Is that it? Wait, is that? The book is ruined. Most of the pages, while dry now, have been completely drenched. In salt water, it's absolutely and completely ruined. Only a few pages of the soggy, brackenish papyrus pages are readable. The appear to contain some types of undecipherable symbols. Askani writing of the most basic kind. Wait, oh no. Someone has attempted to write this to the best of their ability. No, no, no! By Earth. Phoenix Folio. This is your prayer book. So many hours. Wasted. We'd have to rebind the whole thing. It's ruined. Oh, it costs a fortune. A chant book is able to sustain humidity, not underwater exertions. You should have protected Earth's chants more carefully. What a disgrace. Take the ruined prayer book. Spellbook. Ah, so I lose free intelligence by equipping this, yes. You need to get rebound. And lose 1 intelligence by equipping this this Rustgurt. Incense. You flip the tome open. Fine handwritten letters scattered across the page. You can read the symbols, but they are Old Draconian Diminorian, the common language of man, spread across the coast during the Arcan era to become the lingua dominia of trade and politics. 455 eras, when the Arcanists rose and dominated the entire, only the falls of the Coast War crumbled in their empires of dust. Coast War, the Great War, a conflict between the Arcanists of Reeds, as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast, a horrible waste of human lives, claimed millions of lives. There was no honor in this fighting. That is no. I think we've seen this already. The Verbis Draconum Ars Occulta. These words should translate into something akin to occult dragon speech. The author's name appears to be Calum Di Minori. Could I translate this? No. That would have many weeks of study. You were not trained in Draconic. Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Old Diminor. Kobold. Human, no cause trouble. Ripping his little clawed feet, the kobold follows every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Even a small blade can feel like giant. Watch out for this one. Master say you behave. You're adorable. The kobold glares at you. Common has begun the breaking process. Soon you will be the alpha. Glare back. Your eyes beat each other. Still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. Glare some more. Yep, you're staring at each other. Glare. Eyes beat eyes. Glare. Glare. You're looking at Kobold's yellow eyes. Stare in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Leaning close to Kobold's stern face. Intimidation factor is insane. The Kobold meets your gaze and keeps meeting it. Keep staring. You keep looking at this. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. There. I have some questions. Short questions. Go. You're a kobold. Not a question. Try to save the question. But you bite your tongue. Ah! The taste of blood fills your mouth. The pain changes your brain chemistry for a moment, leaving your mind in shambles. Oh no, hurry! Save the situation! Say something! Say something! Oh god, it happened again. The kobold says you. Use this to your advantage. Intimidate them with your life's liquid. Lots of drip down your shin. Spit out the blood through the gap in your helmet. What are you? The kobold mutters as he watches the splatter of fresh blood and saliva. Point at it and say, that's what you get. Correct? What is? Smile. Your inexplicably perceivably bloody smile is sure to cause havoc. The kobold stares at you. You wipe the remaining blood off. There's limited supply of that, just so you know. Who are you? I am Ust. I am security chief in Lich House. Strong little one, nearly immovable. How'd you get this gig? Not gig. It's not a gig. I'm a devoted servant for master. Keep going. So you're a slave. Not slave. And your master is? Master Visken. And he owns you. Not sir. Not own, serve. So you're being paid? Yes, paid well. Must be very well for such fierce devotion. You wouldn't actually shoot me, would you? No promise. It's hard to take you seriously when you're so cute. That was crossbow for. You have a license for that crossbow? My crossbow, not yours. Ilgen's Accord, a signed agreement between District and Norvik allowed for free use of arms and magic below a certain reasonable amount. It would allow a freelance mercenary to access of a crossbow, for example. Series of laws established during the Ilgen's and Norvikian. What does a reasonable amount mean? The question is why the Ilgen's Accord is a complete disaster. A man should be able to defend himself, it is only just. Puzzle makes fighting evil citizens a lot more exciting. The crossbow is yours, I apologize. But it's you, mine. Can I borrow you? Human is kidding? Not funny. That was my question, it was a demand. Please? No. Don't take the crossbow. Where were you when the tea shop incident arrived? Incident? Tea shop blow up. Boom. Did you boom it? I wish. Tea shop explosion would be fun to set up. When it happens, I was in Waterlane, on mission. A mission? Not mission, I meant to say errand. What were you doing on Waterlane? Milk. Doing milk? Deliver. You deliver milk? Yes, side hustle. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know a lot less. Ask question about the milk. The milk situation is intense. Where does the milk come from? Cows. Where does the cow get milk? Market. Who buys the milk? Humans. Waterlane humans. They pay money for fresh milk before dawn. It pays. Do kobolds produce milk? No. They're draconic in nature, they lay eggs. Do you like milk? No. Milk is a form of pure vitality, nature's most precious liquid. You're missing out. Charisma. I also don't like milk. Your comments made a dent upon the world. What a stance! As a human, who would have ever thought of such a thing about you? This is why they should all follow you. You are a worthy leader, because I don't like milk. Can I have some milk? No. But indifferent. I don't have anything else to ask about milk. Okay. Milk curious. Thank you. Yes, thank you. This knowledge will be very useful. You probably shouldn't look too deeply into this. There's probably no money to be made in milk, right? An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Can I like just take this? Okay, I just took that, I guess. Another book. More books. Engage the books. Folk Tales by the Trill Sisters. Okay, I'm not gonna skip through this. Okay, that's a lot. Full experience. Let those who learn lead. I really do this idea. Of course you do. You're a wizard after all. Yes. The world would be better if I ruled it like Prax did. Yes, it would. You become even more of an Arcanist. Gain 15 experience by choosing the political stance 3 times. A strong leader with clear intent. Why do you open a book? Need to forward. Take it does not belong in this foul place. Should I really just take it? Don't see this take. You're freeing this sacred object from the Pale Man's collection. Now take it! It's a really great book. It is. Take the book. Place the book in your pouch. Sell it? You will protect it. Even if taking from the whole of Pale Man's makes you feel conflicted. Glance nervously towards Visken. As you turn around, you see the mutation staring at you. Then he gives you a thumbs up. Turn it up thumb. Well, that makes it less exciting. He might just be a kind-hearted man below the mask of his. Like, did he see us take it and he just went like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, wasn't this pocket watch mine as well? How? +1 intelligence. Can I go kill that zombie? It's not supposed to be there, so. Attack. Yes, deal with it. Don't let this shambler get the jump on you. Right, I have no dexterity. I have like minus many. Oh, he rolled natural one, so. Shove him. Keep your composure, wait and see. Shove! Putting your weight on it, you put the zombie backwards. Attempt to stabilize himself while stumbling around. Slow zombie stands there. With all the time in the world. Zombie's hostile. His undead mission must be apprehended before he causes damage to innocents. Yes! Let's grab him. Get his arm. DC 4, now +5. No, like it's like no sweat, no trouble, shouldn't be a problem. Easy peasy, no sweat. EEHTT, don't even have to try. Natural 20. Successfully grab his arms. Your thick gloved hands wrap around his frail wrist and keep him stable. He's not getting away now. His neck snaps around, with his face now facing yours. Yeah, you really pissed him off. You can tell since you're such a people person. Ow. It hurts, even for the armor. He says now. Finish this with a sucker punch. Knock him out. Yes. Catching a breath, you stare at the unmoving creature. Justice dispensed. Now go loot him. Get that fancy tooth. I am going to cast Cure Wounds because I am hurt. Ah, Wisdom Tooth. Cardamom. They put a crate full of sand. Inspect the crate. HBWT. The lid has been tossed behind it. You see how the lid has been bludgeoned. There's splinters, and the nails are supposed to keep the crate shut. Look at the sand. It's just sand. Touch the sand. Gloved hand trails across the surface. Sand shifts slightly at your touch. Underlying choices are more risky but might offer more reward. Go deeper. You dive in with your whole hand. Fingers first. This one does not. You feel a tug. A grip. Finally a pull. Wait. Your shoulders almost pull into the socket. Struggle. You manage to keep it from engulfing most of your arm, but in the process the sand grabs onto the front of your helmet. Your fist is not sinking. I should give up, right? The sand will be... Fight it! You grab the room to crate with both hands. But you put your entire adrenaline-filled arms to work, you feel energy being sapped from your veins. You're being sucked out of your skin. As you keep pushing, you realize you could get out of this at point, however, then you would have to leave the helm behind. Do we need to keep the helmet on? Yes, you do. You have a distinctive knowledge that your brain might spill off if you remove it, metaphorically. But keep your helmet on. Your muscles turn to mush as you stop your struggle. Your muscles turn to mush. What's going on? Escape without losing a helmet. You grab the room with the crate with both hands. The hazy noise of a head no longer filled with so much blood screams in your ears. I will not die in this crate! Filled with pure fires and adrenaline, your muscles creak and your bones crack. As it pays off within seconds, the rock-hard grip of the sand loosens and drops entirely. Swing your head back, filling your lungs with air as a trail of sand follows you. Ugh. Within an instant, the sand snaps back in the crate, not a single grain drop into the floor. You stumble back. Glancing over the crate, you see its content now lies still, like nothing happened. You should put on the lid to make sure this does not happen to someone else. Shake your head to get rid of the sand in your ears. It helps. A lot. Oh! Am I alive? Possibly. Carefully put on the lid. Take a very, very careful step towards the crate and grab the lid. And put it on top. It's done a great service to the community. Oh, it's a weapon. Plus strength, minus wisdom. Sure. Where does this go? City below. The city below the city. Mushrooms. Swamp extract. Something soft touches itself around your ankle. There's no time, it's a... Huh? Oh, it's a... trap. It tightens around your boot. With a violent tug, you're forced to the ground, hitting the back of your head on the steps. Before you can even react, your entire body's been dragged over the edge. No, 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 no. You're falling, but not far. The painful snap, your descent is stopped, and now you're simply left hanging. Seems I'm a bit of a pickle. You don't say. How long can I hang like this? Not long. Your skull is pooling. In minutes, you'll lose control of your mind. Humans can stay upside down for approximately up to 10 minutes, however, major issues may occur after only half that time. Suggestion, do not stay upside down. Grab at the rope. The snarled tied around your boot should keep you hanging for a long time. You see how it's connected to a series of pistons that wedged below into the side of the stone walkway. Next to you is a hanging rock that acts as a counterweight. A terrifying, efficient, yet surprisingly simple contraption. Whoever set this up is an expert. Pull yourself up. Final deep breath. You feel the numbness spread as you heave upwards. One gloved hand grabbing the rope, then another. With sheer power, you pull your entire body weight upwards, climbing higher and higher until you roll over the edge. Your fingers dart around your ankle, desperate to remove the lash rope. You rip it off and toss it to the side. Free, safe, alive. Laugh like a madman. Your laughter rings out like the empty chasm below. A rush of dopamine was released once you made it over the edge. This is a natural reaction to having survived a near certain death. Take a deep breath. Air fills your lungs. You are alive. Pick up the rope. Extremely sturdy rope. Thick, soft to the touch. Fast squirrel hemp, the type that grows on the border between Haixi and Cargamash. 8 bands along the coast, deeply cursed jungle, hellscape, insects, murderous plants. Whoever places traps is an extremely well-funded or highly resourceful individual. Creepy. Oh, so let's just keep going. What else could go wrong? Rat? Hello, rat. Oh, I just picked it up. Minus charisma. White rat. It acts shyly but approaches you nonetheless. It looks like it doesn't really want to pick a grab at you, but it also doesn't fight it. Instead, it just pulls along, but I'm not very happy with the situation, but yeah, what can you do? I'm on an adventure. Click. Feel a pressure change. A rushing wind causes you to be pulled just an inch further into the hallway. You see something opening in the walls. Avoid the trap. Oh my god. Barely escape the deep clutches of the skin-melting heat. Standing up, you realize the fire singed the edge of your uniform. Adrenaline leaving the system. Pain burns. But you live! Woo! I'm alive! I'm alive! You are! Now don't enter the hallway before you disable the trap. You get roasted again. The hallway has no marks of being filled with flames. For the same reason it still functions. It's a magic trap. Terrible, terrible hallway. Maybe I should stop being on an adventure because there's a lot of traps here apparently and... well, death. Big door though. Legendary or horrifying OWD. These are all over any proper dungeon. Dungeon? Have you looked around? Legendary? Truly. Horrifying? Yeah. In a figurative sense, logistically. Should be. OWD, the one and only one-way door. Just keep popping up all over the place underneath Norwich. Something's upstairs too, but that's right. So I need to find the other side in order to open it. That'll be logic here, yes. Yeah, didn't I have... Oh! Look up at the pillar. Is there ebb added? The relic rises upwards, endlessly upward. Right, this whole thing. Remaining until the end. It looks a bit broken. Yes. While the pillar is indestructible, it was once under heavy siege during the most intense moments of the Gate War. The legendary conflict between the Beasts of Yore and original gods, and the many have tried to take over Yore for blah 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 Fade era. Period lasting approximately 1,111 years. Just. What kind of power will be capable of damaging this? Gods. The most powerful of arcanists. Can I make money of this thing? No way. They don't even take a mission to see it. It's such a trivial sight. How many exist? 8. Technically 4, depending on which scholar you ask. There are debates on whether there are 8 pillars, 1 in each band, or simply 4 pillars that pierce the circular coast and stick it. Oh. But also the best one, right? They are all equally useless. It's a sign of Earth's power, so yes, they should be the best one. You see, it's a status symbol by many, like a legitimization thing. But in fact, no one has managed to make use of them in any way, despite their esoteric nature. The pillars of Yore are relegated to being visual landmarks seen from across the coast, through clouds and mist for miles. So what do I do with it? Nothing. It's just a rock to you, a tingling esoteric rock. You can always attempt to focus on it, learn from this ancient relic. As you do, you feel the ear itself tingle. Power. Listen. It whispers to you, unintelligibly. Touch it. You place your hand upon the cold surface. Your body quakes, standing in awe of this ancient object. How many battles do you think it's seen? How many deaths? How many noble sacrifices given to one's god, or king, or people? The thoughts stir in you a deep sense of longing. Perhaps one day you will join in that sacred sensation. Perhaps right now? Try feeling it. Your gloved hand presses against the surface. Find the will to listen, to bear the burden of that Solomon rock. Close your eyes and pray. Silently mumbling to the same words as always, to your God, to your people, to this great city. It fades. The voices grow, not in size but in number. Some of them join your prayer, some dismiss it, some hate it. Before your dark landscape stretches, covered in the bodies of the damned and the waiting. Their souls on display for judgment and callous sorting. Among them you see one face turn to look at you. And you believe it to be him. Then you understand, as the man, who appears to be both younger and older, gives you the kind of look of regret a father would have on seeing the return of a lost child. He turns to face the stairs. You watch him go, again, again, again. Your heart is racing, blood pumping. You get a grip, the vision has faded. Gain 5 experience. But if you saw it quickly disappears deep into your skull. The pillar doesn't whisper here, it screams. Go down, further down. You understand plainly, there is more to this pillar than you need to investigate. In time and further below. Oh, like further down the hole below. It's a long way down. Okay. Well, let's get out of this murder hole. First a sand, then a trap, and like... I still haven't left the building. It's been an hour and a half. What are these? Your left is marked across the bands. Today's universal sign of magic. Red Eye of Earth. Voice upstairs and the smell of salt. Dwarfs. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the fool. At the dwarf stand, its face you with a furrowed brow. There's a bit of staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oi, Mr. City Man, he calls out to you, approach. We made it clear already, we're not moving, not one bit. Shoots your shit in grin. As passing through, dwarf. Thought so, you must be on your way. You hear him and the other dwarfs laugh behind you. Nothing illegal going on here, nothing at all. Wait, that must mean they're doing something highly illegal. Stop him! Nothing illegal, huh? We have the papers, nothing illegal at all. They're both guilty and innocent, just like you. See me in a bit. One of the older dwarves bitten on the ground next to him. Do you even know who you're talking to, child? This is Erby Alphas of the Bon Embers, a foreman of the Asgalis movement of the Norvik. Bon Embers, one of the 5 exiled families or clans that form the surface kingdom of the Vuska Peaks. Like the loose dwarven citizens of it, also known as the Vuska Kingdoms. He's done more good than all of you Uthgars combined, a true speaker of Asgal. It's a lot of good. Semi exaggerates. It's given the older dwarf stink eye. Stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. Most of the Nordic have a long history with Earthfolk. Typical talking points. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. I will just piss him off unless you want that. Your boy setting up a play or something? Play? We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, works across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgal. He turns toward the orc, and no one's going to stop it. Agent Vera, you hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphas. So, what do you want? What's the problem here? We're to even begin. So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing there. The dwarf shudders. He starts complaining, which is for something in his pockets, and takes out some documents. We show her the papers, and the papers are no good, she says. Bah. Real convenient, I say. No, there's nothing wrong with these papers, but they are in our right to speak against tyrants and burghers. The craftsmen, merchants, and notably high standing with citizens in comparison to those rules. Bureaucracy. Pick the papers, surely the dwarfs are screwed up somewhere. So she's wrong about the documents? Of course she is! Hi, Urbani! It's like Disco Elysium, but in a D&D setting. That's more or less it. Of course she is. She's a liar. That one. A filthy liar. Alpha nodding grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. Can I see the papers? He gives his companion a glance. Why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. What? Failure? I want to help so bad. Well, Disco Elysium is basically this, but you're a detective with amnesia, and you have to like solve a bunch of crimes, but you don't know anything, and your brain and like different aspects of the brain, like morality, sensitivity, weird part of your brain like talks to you all the time, the same way your stats do in this game. Come on, I want to screw you guys over. I want to so much. I want to see who's in the right. That'd be us, Minister. I want to help so bad. Vicar of the city, Bagua. I want to so much. Excuse me, what? So much. The dwarf looks at it with a disturbed expression. But I want to screw you guys over. Oh. Well then no, of course you can't see the papers. Oh, never mind. You see the papers? Can't believe I failed DC-8 check. Isn't it a bit of macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? Morgue? Dwarf grumbles himself and glances over the lich stairs. I thought it was a dentist. Fair assessment. No matter, the Asgal movement is not afraid of death. You hear the laughter note behind. Big words, Alphas. Dwarf grits his teeth. Damn morgue. So what's this rally about exactly? Guilds. For decades, it's been a collective bargaining between Norwegian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept the tight leash in the upper class of the city. The leash was bad for the city, now it can grow exponentially. Lovely talking point. I'm guessing you read that in Norwegian Post. Biggest newspaper in the city, founded over 50 years ago, nationalist line. Anyone or anything that matters in Norway will be written about in the Post. Funded by the trade company, mind you. The free striders can have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They say free striderism would make the city rich, but I say it makes people poor. We need change! You gotta convince a bunch of Tolstad workers to vote for the Asgili's party. More or less, yeah. But it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchase of labor. Alone, we are as brittle as a twig in the old dwarf episode. A twig in the wind? No, that's not good enough. Like a twig in a fireplace, twig in the wind is pretty good. How about a brittle as a boar with rabies? That's good, right? No, that's nonsensical. Anyway, the railway will be a success. We just need to get rid of the orc. So we can call out all workers of this magnificent city, as if there was a crowd around them. Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. Okay, good luck fighting tyrants. So the basic story is you're a cleric, which is supposedly like some police statement of sorts. Like you work for like the city or whatever. You wake up in the morgue having been almost dead apparently, and you remember that you were given a mission to sort out an explosion in a goblin tea house. Also, there's an election in 5 days. The first one ever. That's the story. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting with one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something or someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile, her tusks gleaming. It's like a Swedish game as well. So very randomly, like a bunch of words pops up, and then they're like words that are, oh look, we made up like a funny word that like means something special, and I just read it like that's just Swedish. that's just Swedish with like an extra umlaut. Exuding an sort of, but not necessarily a good one. Charisma. Not just physically exposing, this orc knows how to exert her power in other ways as well. What's this? Not after we get an Earth Guard around here. She presents up her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command, agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Yet the handsome orc lady wants you to say a name. Make sure she knows you are a cleric. Showing up the palm is a casual cultural greetings in reeds. Do not grab her hand. That's not what it is. Do not grab her hand. Grab her. I'm wrong. I am the cleric. I'm Helm. I'm rank. Grab her hand. I'm Rang. Hello, Rang. He shoots you another smile. Waiting patiently for you to say something. What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them? Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it weren't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. And they don't let me take a look at the document approving it. Not frustrating at all, she says and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Explain to me in detail from the top. It's all just an inconvenience. These lovely Asgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering, or a PPG. PPG needs to be approved by the district council. They do not have a proper PPG, and you're sitting here because... Simple, really. Those dwarves are ignoring my call to disperse, so I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined or arrested. Or do you just come back at sundown? I would if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, if they're not dispersed by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is for the election coming up. Arrested by whom? She gives us Mugrin. You, perhaps? The monopoly of violence here in Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be our role of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarfs. Maybe some goblins. The city of Norwich also loves us to employ mercenaries for extra legal enforcements, but the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to like that finer touch. Typical. Someone like her doesn't understand it takes a man to handle a situation like this. Yeah, my strength tends to like it's like all about honor, strength, virtue, justice, and manliness. I would love to enforce your justice. Well, the city's justice, but sure. Simply hand them over to the city and or go home early, or rather head back to the office and complete the draft on marketing meetup. You need to help her. I spoke with Alphas. Oh, did you know? Alphas is a strong dwarf, will not budge easily. I am maxed out on strength and intelligence. I will cast punch at some point. I'll try. Don't get involved with this bullshit unless you really want to pick a side in this Free Strider Ascalus conflict. Both these sides are useless and ignorant. The situation is a bit complicated. I agree, but does not change the outcome. We have to draw the line somewhere, don't we? Good diplomatic bullshit answer. I love it. Okay, so I have no opinion on this matter at all. Sorry. Choose not to get involved. Don't be. You have no stakes in this. You'll just sit there. I'd like to know more about you. Little old me. I'm an open book. You're a strong and physical imposing woman. Attempt to flirt. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so she mumbles her gaze straining towards the horizon. Occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. Yes, I'm a wonderful person. Oop, I accidentally hit something. I know it's like being discriminated against. You do? I'll be damned if you don't mind me asking exactly. Humans are going extinct. We need to fight back. I've heard those words many times these past few years. She did not like that rhetoric, probably because it's often spouted by idiots. I just think it's important to remember how humans were responsible for the Coast War. A near century spanning conflict between every Cretacean and Archean era. Scholars estimate to claim blah blah blah. More than half the population of the humans said to be gone blah blah. The Coast War, a world-spanning war started in Old Diminotor, known as the Reeds, fought between powerful human migrant races, causing half the population fighting. We're not to blame. The Earthfolk had nothing to do with the war, and I'm fairly certain that there was a giant who started it. Only because the string is pulled by celestial and abyssal forces, the giants. The giants of Orgendi started, not humans. Technically it was a devil, an imp, although it's not quite silly to blame the spark when something else fills the powder kegs. Devil, lawful evil thing. There are lawyers, soul traders, and either the most efficient type of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. Their numbers are dwindling as of late, but in Blood City Bay they still room supreme. Most popular city around the coast, blah 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 blah. You are a strong and physically imposing woman. She covers her mouth and tucks with a hand. You got one shot. She's dazzled by your confidence. Don't fuck this up. Do it! Climb the mountain! Tell she has nice tusks. I am not attempting to flirt with you. You got real nice tusks. Thank you. How nice of you to notice. She's desperately trying not to laugh. Charisma failure. Sweat. Tremors, be wary. This could end very badly. My nationalism rant annoyed her, so I got a more difficult charisma save. Oh, yeah, there's been no one here, so I couldn't tell. I can do that. Yeah. Your mind is blank, literally. There's nothing that comes to mind, apart from the base site of that site we don't talk about. I suppose it's time to let it rip. Let's go wild. I don't care. There's nothing that can be done anyway. Lost cause. Bottoms up. You know how to wrestle with me? A member of the Holy Order of the River Norwich. Go down on your knees. Please. Orc women are better than human women. Cry. I'm so tempted to just cry. Cry. The tears build up, then they pour as you make a feeble attempt to hold it together. Don't worry. That stupid fucking helmet is keeping her from seeing the worst of it. Keep it in! This does not feel good. I lost a health. Mia looks at you with mouth agape, clearly unsure how to handle it. You have left me speechless. She claps her hands together. Well done, not often that happens. Now that you've done with that, do you have anything else to ask? Compose yourself. Yeah. I'm done asking. Also, let me talk about myself. What about I am your savior. Oh my, such a knight. Damn right. He gets a short laugh. Anyway, I'm here on important business. Business, you say? She leans in and squints to you. Fascinating. Because I can be a service Earth guard for your business. Tell me what you know about the tea shop. Tea shop that blew up, she says. That sounds like a magazine tale. Periodical publication generally containing short stories, adverts, investigative journalism, and or erotica. I heard it was an accident. The post mentioned in the passing. Minor mishap, I believe it was official quotes. Although from what the people tell me, it was quite an explosion. Right? You weren't in the area? No, it was on the North Wall. Company business. No sign of an outsider. She calls it the North Wall instead of just North Wall. She looks inland. Travel blah blah away from the coast. I did see the smoke. It was clear as day. What do you think was the cause, Earth Guard? If the citizens was an incident, then it is. No comment. She raises an eyebrow. Hold on. Are you here to investigate the tea shop? It's a free strider, so why run? Stand against her. She has no right. Yes. Really now? No. Say no. Yes. Interesting. I'll be honest. I assumed the city would just ignore it. But they sent you. Perhaps it was a secret? Should we could stoically avoid the question better? It's sort of a giveaway. Clearly someone thinks it's an esoteric mess if they send a cleric to look into it. What exactly have you heard? It blew up. Fireplace incident. Bullshit, of course. Mostly a rogue spellcaster. Why would the city avoid sending its representative? Because of the election, of course. Look, Tolstad is a highly volatile district with a lot of extremists. I believe this tea shop acted as a sort of lightning rod. So when a place like that blows up, why would any faction spend resources investigating it? Might even seem like a blessing to some, to cleanse the city of filthy holes. Especially when those resources could be spent on trying to win the terribly important election. Sound reasoning. Well, I'm here now. You sure are. Good luck, cleric. Ascani Reed's trading company can do for you. Let me know. Usually find me down the HQ on Water Lane. She wants you for your government position, nothing else. Where's the Goblin Chieftain? Lady Sageleaf? Just head down the stairs. Good luck getting an audience, though. Okay. Ooh, dragon. Engage the dragon. Or something like that. Can you call this art? It's your hand up on the wall. You take a step forward. The painted stone surface is smooth. There is no cheap dwarven rock. This is Gate-era architecture, disguised among the rest. You feel esoteric urge to communicate with this object. Tell me your secrets! Oh! You sense a crack in the wall. It wasn't there before. Then you hear a voice, a faint voice, a hoarse voice. Secrets end when spoken! Oh good, you're not crazy. Talking to walls now, awesome! What's it like being on a wall? Nothing! Nothing good or nothing bad? Nothing, in isolation. Who built your wall? A god. Which god? Diomestra. Never heard of that god. Sounds like a weak god to have been forgotten like that. How old are you? 15 times Zeleens. How many years is that? 2000. Gate era. Would have been built by one of yours beasts. What is your name? Chansey. That's a pretty name. Okay. What do you know about Norvik? Nothing. You know what Norvik is? No. What's the political affiliation? Fear. Are you sure you understand the question? Yes. Alright then. Those are all the questions I have, Wall. Give it a pat. Okay. Crack disappears as quickly as silence as it came to. Then silence. That was surely an esoteric event, or else you're turning mad. Thank you for your time. Okay, that was something. And you're an imp? Roxo, pencil wing. You raise your head towards the sky. Above you, it's a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. It's just a little guy with wings reading his newspaper. Hello. Why aren't you on my shoulder? What are you reading? A sigh escapes the fiend's maw. He slowly puts down the paper. He appears to be reading an article on the latest debate. I like the funny pictures. They're the best part. I believe this fiend is being sarcastic. I like the articles more. You can read. Congratulations. Horrifically snide remark. I like this devil already. Wait, he says, leading in to get a good look at you. Earthguard? Cleric? How's you doing up here? I'm not allowed on Tolstad? Of course you're allowed. Just often you see you guys here. I, for one, am very happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and free riders run amok. Need some damn order in this place. Wise words. If you need any legal advice, just let me know. He gives this tiny sharp smirk. You should be aware that this is literally a devil. A good little devil. Don't take advice from a parasite. Should I invest in stocks? Oh. I do not, nor have I ever given investment advice. But, yes. He looks you up and down. I should ask, have you ever bought shares before? I don't think so. Okay, some basics then. Popularized by the late Divine Era, human adventure companies share of essentially a percentage of ownership of a certain venture. Could a guild, could be a company or a specific venture, something that is supposed to grow over time, so you can increase the value of your securities in that venture. It's a risky way to increase your capital without actually doing the real work. Could people buy stocks in me? The little red devil stares at you. If you were to set up just up as a venture, then maybe. I mean, if you could convince someone to invest in you, you know, without breaking any laws regarding investment advice. I'd be impressed, so why not? Why is the risk? It sounds like free money. Good question. Imagine you invest in an adventuring party. They head into the Verdure Hills to dive into some Gate-era tomb or an esoteric area filled with talking cats. Something weird and dangerous, but with the potential for a lot of cool treasure to be found and brought back. There's a major chance that those adventurers die on their journey. If they do, you lose all your money you invested. They could make it back, in which case you get a percentage of the treasures based on your share, but how often do adventurers come back with a bunch of treasure these days? We're gonna buy stocks. You can buy shares directly from a venture trader. Basically someone you can give a piece of paper that says I owe you with some legal information on it. Have you ever bought stocks? Sure, I spend about 40% of my income in risky ventures. Sometimes even get paid in securities, which is nice. Time was having to pay in middlemen. So, should I buy stocks? Look, there are rules in place. Norvik has laws governing what one can and cannot suggest when it comes to finance agency. Your god made those laws to protect people of lower than average intelligence from being tricked by those with ill intent. What about currency trading? That's something I've heard about too. Oh, that's just the art of switching between various currencies. So you've got a pot full of old embers, that is old draconic coins. They're made of gold, so even though there are no governments these days to support it, you can always sell them for gold value. Great, that's the most basic form of it. But then it comes to city-backed currencies, it gets more complicated. If you got 10 brim marks, Blood City, they're covered in both paper and form soul infused iron coins. Let's say you convert them into region 10s, how many do you get? Metal paper reds 10? No clue. The value of each currency fluctuates day to day, as does the exchange rate for each currency. Not to mention the location as well. Tens are powerful because the far reach of the free trading charters. Brim marks are now useless in Norvik, so the exchange rate, which is still not nothing, is quite low. That makes Blood City Corporation way less interested in investing here, which then perpetuates the weak value of their currency. Six of oh my god, currency. And the Illumian pellet, yeah, it's finished suddenly. Those willow ice cubes. He has been factual. He's been long-winded. I'm learning so much. He nods and grins. Economy, you know, messy and fun. Are you a barrister? A tiny barrister? No, I have no legal position within the city. I'm fairly knowledgeable in the magistrate's codes. So he works with the city law, asking for details. Yeah, it's a lot of things. Like sometimes it's just small little things. Other times it's just like it just keeps going. So what type of work do you do? If you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. So what do you do? Me, I do scribing most days. Got some connections within the palace, and believe me, that's gonna be through some tough times. See, whenever some rich assholes needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the rings, that's who. He does paperwork. Then he must be highly knowledgeable in law. Honorable. Always on call, huh? For sure, but I can run quick. What do you do in your spare time? Calligraphy. The art of writing and lettering, something you're quite familiar with as well. A true man knows the value of lettering. And I do love me some reading. Getting access to my Darovian library changed my life. What's it like being a little red guy? You want an honest answer? The one I tell my clients. Honest. Okay, let me put it like this. It fucking sucks donkey shit. Do you know what it takes to get a promotion these days? No. We're talking decades of servitude to some sadistic fuck that wants to return to Gregorian greatness or some shit like that. Devil second in line. Okay. And then, after risking your life and humiliating yourself, there's a chance this fucking guy will put in the effort of promoting you. And if you're unlucky, you turn into a freaking bug. Or worse, something without wings. Being a devil is a hard experience. It requires constant vigilance, hard work, and incredible natural talents to reach any type of high-tier devildom. You would do quite well as one. Tell me about these promotions. Sorry, forgot not everyone knows how devil can work. Let's put it like this. Devils have a ranking system. Some are lower, some are higher. One way to get a higher metamorphose into a more powerful creature is to be promoted by someone with a higher rank. But hey, it could be worse, he says. It could be a demon. Chaotic evil fiend, they are mostly bloodthirsty monsters and enraged, crazed barbarians fallen out of Hexy, but some of their more civilized spawn do reign in the cities and realms surrounding the Endless Maw. Demons are horrible, chaotic creatures that live by the rule of complete meritocracy, which would be amazing if it wasn't for their complete inaptitude at civilization building. What are you voting for in the upcoming election? What am I voting for? Same as you. The good guys. And that means... City, duh. The elites are quite literally feeding my trove at this point. You'd think I'd vote for someone to topple them? Voting in the self-interest, as anyone reasonable would do. Interesting. I don't have a political opinion myself. You know, I'd make a joke or something, but having city clerics be apolitical ain't the worst. Could be probably make life a lot easier. I'm done. I've asked everything I wanted to. It's over? By the gods! Can you give me free legal advice? Oh yes, I grant this is the members of Earthguard any day. Just ask. What about alignment? Ah yes, the overrules of morality. Norway doesn't moralize over alignment officially. Yeah, divination and yeah. And you being a devil are, you know... Yes, you're evil. Oh yes, indeed. It is pretty easy to spot. He flaps his wings. You're a bit discriminatory at times. People assume I have the worst interest in mind just because I'm ontologically evil. You don't have the worst interest in mind? Look, evil is not some objective thing. It's entirely internal and aligns with your subjective opinion. There are good people who ruin the world and evil people do their best to maintain it. That's the deal. What does the law have to say on resurrections? That's one hell of a question. He smirks for a while. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal. They're just not available anymore. There are a handful of known divine resurrection spells. Since the death of Earth, there's been no documented instance of successful resurrections over above 3rd level. Not available? Figured a cleric would be no better than me. Spells over 4th and 5th are rarely seen these days. If you want to know why, go pray. Regard grants you magic. In his wisdom, he only grants higher power when needed. In your lifetime, it has not been needed a lot. After Earth died, it's been hard for even the top-ranking clerics to manage higher tier magic. At least if you believe the rumors of the towers, which you should. Does a murder still count if the victim is resurrected? He thinks about the question a bit. There's been cases, heard of a man stabbed in a bar fight, bled out just in time for a drunk cleric to arrive, cast a revivify, and the bloke lived. The stabber ended up being charged with a major transgression of personal well-being. And that's not murder per se, but I'd argue it has more to do with the fellow's barrister making it clear that to the judiciaries that there was no killing intent. So not an accident, but not murder. Just a brawl gone too far, but that's be hard to sell if the victim wasn't breathing. This is very complicated. It can't be good if I ever come across something like that. But in most cases, I'd say yes. So go around murdering folk and revivifying them, cleric. Would be a waste of spell slots, yes. Are you legally considered alive after resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes, you are alive. Undead, on the other hand, would be a very indifferent affliction. And how is that defined? As long as the necromancer is considered of divine origin and the soul is returned to a healthy body, then it's considered a normal resurrection. If the origin is more black magic shit, as to say, or some corpse animation, then it would be considered a bodily sacrilege. And that's a top tier criminal offense. How top tier is it? Oh, it's up there. Does death absolve your crimes? Now you're asking the real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual law signed in old kingdoms over this shit. He leans in looking excited. Looks happy to go about this subject. Good for him. So, classic story, alright. A real bad guy caught murdering his neighbor. Real sick shit. He executed after a quick trial. Justice wins again. Everyone's happy. But surprise, some holy man raises him up a couple of months later. Holy man or foul necromancer. Two sides of the same coin. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change the fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy about it, as you can imagine. Thus, a common legal term these days for capital punishment is DIP. Death in perpetuity. Stands for death in perpetuity. Kind of funny when you think about it. It makes total sense. It does. The city of Norvik might be a bit bureaucratic most of the times, but I believe me, law keepers know their shit. So to keep the criminals DIP'd, most states tend to hide, lock up, or simply burn corpses and spread the ashes using non-resurrectable methods. A properly DIP'd dead guy shouldn't be able to return without some use of a miraculous 9th level spell, which obviously doesn't these days isn't too likely. What about Charm Person? Charm Person! Such a fascinating. Of course, all spellcasters are required to register in Norvik, but the same, if not all, completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that are just not allowed at all, like Fireball is a popular example. But Charm Person... Fireball, 3rd level, blah, 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 blah. But Charm Person, despite its devilish mind control, legal if it's cast by a registered cleric or a city-hired interrogating mage. People don't tend to like when I cast Charm Person on them. That's understandable. Folks tend to enjoy agency. Free will, you know, it's pretty popular. Okay, so... Cat. There's a cat. A proud beast, treated with respect and shall treat you the same. Hello, I am from the local government. The cat lifts its head up. Its dark eyes squint at you for a second, sniffs in the air, and then ignores you once again. It knows more than it's on. If you wish to hold a proper conversation with this magnificent creature, you need to find the first level spell, Speak with Animals. What are you voting in the election? The cat stares at some seagulls flying high above. Pet the cat. You wish to word the cat, it meets up your palm and nuzzles against it. Yes! Glorious! Such independence and arrogance, you should get a cat. It appears to have enjoyed the pet. What's this? I'm not sure where I'm going. Yes, there's a lot of dialogue. There's a guy there. You look down in the pipe. Crawl inside now! If you had a smaller companion, you would be able to ask him to crawl inside, perhaps. Try down to the pipe. You get down on your knees in the dirt and put your helmet face into the entrance of the pipe. Can't seem to get further without immense force. You can do it! Just press harder! Enter the hole. The diameter of the pipe is not wide enough to support your body, even with no armor and or other friction-lowering substances. Push forward! You press your entire body towards the entrance of the pipe. Try to wriggle shoulders together. Wriggle your what? Yes! Compress! You press your entire body towards the entrance of the pipe. Make a squealing noise that should help. The screeches echoes down in the pipe, surely scaring any dangerous creatures lurking in the darkness. Roar! Roar into the darkness! Your power frightens them, and yourself! Don't keep this going, you'll hurt yourself. Make a final push. Oh no. As you press hard, you can first hear something snapping, then the pain follows. Yes, that's something in your back snapping. Great job. Okay, I pushed halfway, and then I pushed all the way, and I squealed. That apparently also helps. I rolled a 3. Suddenly the pipe gives. You hit a flowing rush of ice-cold water as it funnels towards you, then down, then... Everything's cold and strangely familiar. Your drenched uniform clings to your flesh in the red rock of Tolstad. You are alive. You realize where you are. Or at the very least, approximation. Right below the entrance to the Goblin Garden. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds again. Only way up? Shit. It's highly dangerous, but seems to be the only way. If only you remembered how to cast Spider Climb. Snell. You see the silhouette of a goblin up on the ledge. Hey! Need help down there? Just a second. Oh, hang on. Another crack! There's actual things here. Scale the wall. Dang it, almost. You tend to get a grip, but your hands simply slide off the rock. It's not working. Oh, I can try again. Scale the wall of Tolstad. Dang it! Okay, try again. There we go. Your right hand and your left, as you feel higher up. One step at a time, you slowly pull yourself up. Focus, strengthen with absolute confidence. Come on. Reach. Just a bit more. With the final push, you make it. Okay, I'm gonna get back to my post and pretend you didn't almost die, mister. The goblin walks away without further acknowledging you further. That was close. Find a goblin standing on top of Tolstad. His clothes are fit for a Reedsian trader, and his haircut is fit for a Costly nobleman, a superficial fellow, a little weasel. Let me guess, you're the cleric. Glances down in the river with a weird expression. The cleric, yes. Yes, I am the cleric, that's me. He nods, looking tired and annoyed. I'm Snell, runner and handler of the HWBT. Old lady's been waiting for you. This old lady must be the chieftain, the matriarch of his tribe. You greet him properly, give a traditional goblin salute. Yes, salute him. Nice to meet you, Snell. Perform a traditional goblin salute. You raise your arms in the air as one should when greeting an uncivilized tribal goblin. The fuck are you doing? Cleric, but what are you doing? The goblin is kind of confused. Explain it to him. Check your hands a little. Don't you... Check your hands a little. Not feeling it. The goblin does not respond, nor does he raise his own arms. Instead, he simply stares at you. His expression speaks of pain. Please, cleric, stop it. You feel great shame. Scarring the mind, it becomes clear to you that goblins, in fact, do not have a cultural salute. What you do remember, however, is a salute from an old Uthron folkplay, wherein goblins were played by green-painted humans who ran around with their arms in the air. Oh no. Not a fan of that play, eh? What play? Oh, it's an old one, but good. The goblin looks around, clearly struggling to find the right words. This goblin is clearly nervous due to being around your enormous masculine aura. Okay, right. Head down to the garden front, but he waves his claw towards you. You sure want to meet the old lady looking like this? You really got all messed up from playing around those... Did we just do like something really, really racist? You've been floating around in the banks of the river. Your uniform shows it. He's insulting you. Everyone has an opinion. This distasteful dress choice of this goblin sure looks shit as well. Whatever do you mean? Whistle. Well, I mean, you're covered in grime. You're a man. Men are supposed to be covered in grime and gravel, at least 90% of the time. Like any real man would be. A real man knows how to clean himself. It's pretty basic stuff. Actually, I don't want to be dirty. Great, you can watch up once we're done here. Just dust yourself off. The dragon's waiting, and trust me, you don't want to disappoint her. Is she spooky? Yeah, real scary. Insult her and she'll bite your head off. And she'll scorch your corpse to dust. I guess I'm sure. Laugh across. No, but seriously, she will fuck you up if you annoy her. Tell me more about this lady. Sure, for starters, she's the most powerful woman in Norvik. And considering there was an explosion yesterday right in the middle of her territory, I think it's about time you do your damn job, Cleric. Rude, but you're on a holy mission. You cannot rush such things. Okay, leave me to her. Good, but to make it perfectly clear, some ground rules. Don't say anything stupid. Don't climb the trees. Stay away from the edges, and then you're the guardian cleric. The goblin scurries down the stairs. He seems to be in a hurry. She's just another warlord fighting over scraps. Don't let it get to you. You look out over the river. The cold Ascani winds seep through the cracks to your helmet. If you're blessed, he's always with you. Pipe! Crawl pipe again. Whatever disregards him, blah blah. What's with the snail stuff? Norvik is built upon layers and layers of ruins. One of those layers, one of the oldest, was a snail folk. Thus you will surely find many of those snail symbols and spiral shapes around the city. Tell me your secrets. Tell me your secrets, damn it! Your fist makes a contact with the hard surface. A crack follows, along with a shooting pain up your arm and spreading through your fingers. Ow. The crack is in your bone as well. You're alright, Rock. You're alright. The rock stares at you menacingly, but a piece of it fell off from violent act. Pick up the shard. How do you actually damage this rock? What strange material is this? Ah, yes. It's the highly esoteric rock. You can find more of it around the city. Collect as much as you can. Can I do a short rest? Spend 1 hour to recover, gain 1d8, remove 1 level of exhaustion, and restore 1 I will do that. Because I've taken damage and stuff. Unlocked all ability checks. Goblin Garden. Your stomach twists. Beware her illusion. That her? Goblins. The dragon herself. You're approaching below a sprawling tree. The well-dressed goblin stands proud beside his master. Go ahead, cleric. A proud smirking motions toward the wooden throne. Such a little weasel. You should stand before the throne, address her court. Okay, then. Lady Sage. Oh, you can, like, okay. I can't read this. Wisdom, behold. 1! I rolled... Okay. You approach the throne. The sprites flutter, their glow illuminating the trunk of this great tree, its root reaching far below, its branches holding up the dirt ceiling above. On the throat sits a tiny goblin, her smirk as bright as it is threatening. So this is a dragon, as you can see it. Her glares magnificent. Cleric of Norvik, of Earth and River. Her shrill voice echoes out through the chamber. She's talking to you. You're the cleric. I was assured by your masters. The top brass of the palace itself. Her voice causes you to shiver. They told me a cleric of the highest standing will arrive within the hour. So tell me, human. You should run. No, wait, you can't, but you should. Why am I sitting here, waiting? An immense presence. You have no power here. Every word you say here could have profound impact on the rest of this quest of yours. I had an accident. My masters are idiots, but I'm here now. Her frown quickly turns into a grin. Since we're on the same page then. This is a frightful presence. Some powerful creatures have auras that cause fear to those near. To fail means succumbing to mindless terror along with those other annoying effects. You need to stand louder and pick your stature. Do not become frightened. I am frightened. No, no. Turn and run. Adrenaline keeps your legs from buckling under duress as you can turn and run. Let out a high-pitched scream. It echoes down the depths between the trees and fungi covered the common walls. Whatever reaction the goblins have for your retreat, you are not around to see or hear it. Where am I? You've been for quite a while. When your mind comes to stuff, you're sitting inside of an empty barrel. It does not appear to be very manly to hide in this, like this, but who knows? Maybe it's a very masculine barrel. How'd I get here? Unsure. All this is rather confusing. Wait, I hid in a barrel? More or less. The dragon chased you. Maybe. Leave the barrel. As you do, you realize the barrel is but one of many, located in a tunnel you've never seen before. Huh? There he is! I see him! The cleric! Oh. Cleric, you now wasted another precious hour. Please do not run away again. You see Snell panting next to the throne. The goblin is dedicated, given that. Well done finding me! He opens the mouth to give her a sign. Thank you. The Lady Horror gives him an angry gaze. Could have gone faster. He lowers his head in silence. You can see his legs trembling. You're not the only one afraid. Let us continue. Dragon leans in her armchair, letting out an exhausted groan. It is vexing to watch my street descend so far. Are you even aware, cleric? A local business caught up in Inferno, in the middle of the day, right on Pillar Road. My road! The witch's head so causes you to tremble. Yet Magistrate Darrow, she spits out the name like it's a curse word, he alone believes the Half-Bridge tribe does not have the jurisdiction of this particular location. Her anger is pure and intense. She's trying to reel it in. Where is your usual jurisdiction? She leans back and picks something from between her fangs. I have an official recognition of law on Lower Tolstad. The definition of that has always been vague. Some see it as anything below ground, some as below water level. What does Darrow say that? Because he is a fool born of nepotism and alcohol. Perfect slander. And where's the tea shop located? It is, or was, rented out of a corner of the central fort, just above the holes next to the pillar. The holes? Common slang for the central spire apartments of Tolstad. The lower ones are fancy. Less fancy. She snaps her finger towards the goblin to her right. That means it's part of the core foundation of the island fortress. Therefore, the property is legally an underground rental unit, he says, borrowing his lady. My people have been handling that damn Krauss contract for years. But no, suddenly when the entire unit goes up in flames, that means my people have no longer the right to enter the premise. Deal with it, to clean it up even. No, suddenly it's the city's business, and we should keep our noses out of it. Corruption, plain and simple. That sounds shady. I mean, normal business in Norwick. And don't get me started on the actual effects this has on my people. Snell, he says, and beckons towards the common goblin. Lady Sageleaf. Then he turns to you. The magistrate says it was an accident involving a fireplace failure. You get to send anyone in actually to investigate the scene. You want to check it out yourselves? Of course. The lady glances at him, to which he responds by making a nervous face. The explosion occurred on the 21st of March, just past noon. 3 minor injuries were reported in the area. Luckily, foot traffic was low at the time of the incident, so despite the massive kaboom, no dead folks. You were injured. You only managed to get one name in the chaos. A certain Frank, son of Frank, was said to have walked away with lesser burns. This is a sort of prefix used by Urfolk, a human, most likely. It's an honorable name, a son after the father. Ha, that ain't a real name. He was apparently dressed in a fancy yellow outfit, whatever that means. Beyond that, we have some conflicting accounts. One person said he looked like one of them dungeoneers, you hear? A real adventuring man, end quote. Another said he'd looking to get out of trouble, heading right down to the stairs to Waterlane. Dungeon or Waterlane? Also like trouble. Fancy yellow outfit. I'm assuming some type of Reedsian fashion. Frank, son of Frank? Yeah. Really? Yeah. A dungeoneer. If you believe it, that's common. Was from one of the militia members. Down to Waterlane. Head into that direction. Through down could mean a number of things. Waterlane included. Was he inside at the time? I doubt it, considering the state of the building. Why was he there? We don't know. Where is he now? We don't know. Sounds like you were handing a tough hand. Yeah. Also, one of the militia members mentioning him calmly walking away down the stairs. Maybe down to the crossing or somewhere else. We don't know. Anything else you know? We have theories, but we need proof. The lady raises her claw. The unveiling has begun, cleric. Corruption, madness. She claws at her wooden front. Politics! Rambling of fools. This is clearly the work of a rogue spellcaster, someone who cannot go unpunished. Justice! Yes! Spell would indeed be the only logical answer for such destruction. Can't heal deal with it? Pointless now. A rogue spellcaster? Isn't there an anti-magic task we can call for? Well, yes, there is. She points with a sharp finger. You! The Arcana Clerics of Earthguard, one of the few authorized spellcaster groups of the city, often used for task force esoteric events and accidents and medical assaults. The lady clears her throat. She demands respect. She gets it. I formally declare a joint venture. The Halfway Bridge tribe and the Earthguard City Clerics shall investigate the tea shop on Pillar Road and bring justice to those who seek to harm peace. No creature, foul or fair, shall escape by rage. The words seep out of her maw, burning from the air. Every goblin in the chamber looks upon her in awe. She dares to serve. Dragon has spoken. Not solemnly. She grins. Snell, she says, waving towards him. Yes, Lady Sageleaf? You're the handler of this case. You've worked on it since the explosion. You know more than anyone. Ooh la la, complimented by his queen. I want you to represent the tribe in this venture. His face lights up. The goblin and the cleric, together you will have access to both Upper and Lower Tolstad. You're going to have a pretty boy around? Damn, I thought it was going to be fun. Not disappoint me, Snell. It appears to be received a party member on your divine mission. It's not have to be a damn goblin. I always wanted a goblin of my own. He ignores you. The goblin takes a deep bow. Sorry, no, I didn't. Should have gone with the party member. The mystery of the tea shop shall be uncovered. The sooner the better. First priority is a tea shop. Means you can gain access. Your goblin companion gives you a quick... Let's go, cleric. Snell has joined as a companion. You can speak with him if you need to help finding your way across Tolstad. You should investigate the tea shop thoroughly. And... where is the tea shop? Commissar. You know the massive pillar reaching endlessly into the sky? Yeah, just west of that. The pillar is the centerpiece of Norvik, a glorious esoteric monument one Earth gladly kept in his new city post. What pillar? Very funny, asshole. Level up! It's quite silly to think anyone within 100 miles would not be aware of the precise location of the gigantic stone pillar reaching up infinitely to the sky, especially when it looks at less than 100 feet from your current location. Just look up. There's one pillar in each band. It's ancient and extremely magical. How do I get access to the tea shop? Talk to your boss, Darrow. We should also look for a witness. Yeah, or Frank, dressed in yellow. He winces. Either over from Waterlane or down in the city below. Level. Do I have +1 ability score? Right. 5 hit points. Hit dice and more spells. Right. Is that it? Just like +1 or? Are there no like feats or something you can get? Questing tree. Oh god, what is this? Spell book. I do not have Charm Person prepared because I didn't have it when I prepared spells. Approach your companion. Remind me, what are we doing? Apart from disturbing peace. What do you want to know? Never mind. Take a hint. What's your position in all of this? Whatever do you mean by that? Why are you helping me in this rough world of ours? I'm here on behalf of Lady Sageleaf. Her will is for the streets of Tolstad to not suddenly burst into flames in the middle of the day. It will be done, so to say. Got any family? Now, Goblin, what do you think? Goblins normally live in tribal societies with a broad family structure. Your companion most likely has at very least a dozen or so siblings. Any less would be remarkable even in Norwich. Why would you care about Goblin structures? Family structure. They don't even have their own culture. That was the point of their genocide. But I don't know. Yeah, I got a lot of siblings there. I got no offspring though. Thank God for that. Yeah, screw the kids. The Goblin rubs them. What if it bursts into flames in the middle of the night instead? I don't think you'd like that either. But why are you really here? But it's not of interest. Once you've shown yourself truthful and just, the Goblin will reveal the secrets. That you swear. Where do I sleep? I don't know, cleric. Can't the city pay you for something? You're a cleric. Can I sleep with you? No, and seriously, don't phrase it like that. Aww. Can I sleep in the Goblin Garden? No, Orb, I mean. I can just sleep here. Just here? Yeah, it's not so bad. Right here? He's reacting to your current environment. Okay, maybe not. Yeah. I can just not sleep, that's fine. You're asking for permission. You'll get exhausted if you don't sleep, cleric. If you don't take a long rest 8 hours before dawn, you get 6 levels of exhaustions. Actually, I really should find a place to sleep. Smartest thing you've said all day. Maybe I can sleep with Visken? You're probably too warm for him, and don't phrase it like that. Is he gonna ask the Coin Lord? Ah, yeah, Dar's your boss on this job, isn't he? He's got another thing to ask him about. Fun. Let's go. Oh, is this the pillar again? The pillar of your towers before you. It whispers to you. Touch it. The whisper gets louder. It says something to you. Something weird. Oh, wait. It's a conversation. But you don't take part in. He's gonna try and join in. Try talking to it. Speak. Hello? The Goblin perks up. Ah, not me. Sorry. The pillar vibrates. Hello? The whispers lie inside of you, or something. It says, he is here. Who is here? It says, divinity. It says, death. It says, necrocrat. What? The voice ends. Your hand is repelled from the surface. Ouch. Weird. You understand plainly. There is more to this pillar you need to investigate. In time, and further below. I wish I could lick it. There is a lot. The girl looks across the castle. A noble woman? That's a pretty expensive dress. Citizen, identify yourself. What? Your name? Nah, go away. How rude, cool. You're very rude. Sure, now go away. What do you know about the tea shop, mysterious woman? Exploded. Lies! Okay, fair. No. She turns around to cast him again. What are you voting for in the election? Don't care for it. Your own vote? It doesn't matter. And I wouldn't tell if it did. I see, you're also voting for me. What? No. You keep aligning yourself as an Arcanist, gained one. Fuck off, you're not even on the ballot. There's been a picture of me on the voting card. It make me look real good. Are you sure? Smirkins on your helmet. That's great, but I'm beginning to think you're just crazy. Fuck off. Water lane view. Democratic propaganda. Torna, the first of the river guilds. Stairs down to the bustling docks. Trash bin. Roof, forest, roof, multi-dig roof. Trash can is been speak. Open the trash can. As you lift inside, you immediately see something moving into the pile of shredded documents and old scraps of food. A pair of legs. Shrimorth. Is that a gnome? Suddenly jumping out of the pile with a poof of mold is a pine cone. A pine cone with limbs. Arvin Mjolnir. It hands you some leaves while doing a strange, seemingly improvisational dance upon the trash. Wait, are you one of those? Before you're able to do anything about it, the little creature poofs away. Disgusting little creature. It's a face you see on the trash. I've heard about those things, never seen them though. What do you know about them? That's what I read in the paper, what Nessan goes on about. They're called Vettar. Vattar. Vettar. The Lamplighters Guild had a public spat with them a couple of months back. Put the lamp behind you. Apparently they keep messing up the everlasting lights. Nessan, our freelancing gardener. She's at her office in the garden in the afternoon. Talk with her if you need any druid-type assistance. But yeah, I was saying, the Lamplighters get what they're mad, but I think they saw that everything once the PCG got involved. And they're supposed to be all over the garden too, not that I've ever seen one. Anyway, they clearly seem to like you. Let's keep it like that. Look to smell. Use a nonchalant half shrug. It's Waterlane, there's always something going on here. Oh, you is there a map or something? Oh, a shrine. I can prepare spells. Ah, yeah. And yes, this little figurine does count as a shrine. Couldn't I move it? It's like in the middle of the road? No. It has first its path. What? Figure of Earth. This is a makeshift shrine meant to stand exactly where it is and where this might go. Ready to serve whoever needs him the most. Just like you. What other gods are there? Prepare spells. Finish. I can behold him. I keep rolling very, very poorly. Is that a lobster? A regular non-dying crab. Hello, crab. Spot a crab on the rock. One of the greatest of Ascani creatures. Norwegian river crab. Fish named Torninian Crawler. Does a little shimmy. Yes, cleric, that is a crab. Pet the crab! You reach the fourth and grab immediately, and the crab immediately snips onto your index finger. The crab pinches your finger hard. Hard. Your index will come off soon. Help! Snell, call for help, I'm being assaulted! Get out of the vice grip. So I failed. You bend and you pry, but the crab does not let go. Oh, that hurts. The blood is not flowing. Oh. You use your free hand to pry the pieces off your finger. When the index finger is released, you immediately feel the blood flow begin to flow once more. It's a good little fighter. What do you know about the tea shop? He slips his pincers once more. What's that, Krabby? Got any long neck book at the tea shop? An infamous pirate captain. Damn, it's about to find him. And in Longneck, not again. Him and his dastardly plans. Also, I'm joking. Please don't take that seriously. We're not going into the Reedsian waste to seek out Gun Longneck's crash site. Spoil sport. What are you voting for in the election? Makes no noise and reply to the question. Are you allowed to loiter here? Citizen. I almost died. I have only healed 2 with cure wounds. Ooh, several stale baked goods. Cardamom treats. Oh, that is a lot. Hello? Kill the handle. Oh, it's locked. You should avoid it. It's probably trapped. I must lead to the back office. I haven't been there before, but I've been pretty close to them before. Heard rooms from some goblins that work there. I think the owner fired them out of nowhere. If they close down, why is the mill spinning? Yeah, that's actually concerning now that I think about it. Advantage Snell helps. Nope. Almost. Nope. Force it open. Oh, I got it. Slam your shoulders against the wood. Once, twice. The door frame splinters and gives way. The door swings open. You see nothing but black beyond. Complete utter darkness. Cast dancing light. Your light cuts through the gloom. Someone left in a hurry. You notice the ceiling. Several glowstones lie shadowed on the floor. Explosion. They must have shaken them loose. You wait for the debris. What a dump. Search for anything useful. Sift for papers and crates. Most of it is worthless. All receipts, inventory lists. But then you find something. Pick up the document. A notice. Official letterhead. There is a termination. Collective action violation. You scan the text. The roller mill owner fired everyone. They tried to form an Asgard union. All workers dismissed, effective immediately. Brutal. It explains why this place is empty. The owner shut down rather than deal with organized labor. The workers deserve better. Tell us all the time. But at least, as all this factory work, it's all Burgoy's bullshit all the way to the top. It's awful. Ignore me, I'm getting tired here. Getting deeper into the chamber. At the back you find an office, the owner's private space. Check the desk, approach the desk. Old papers, ledgers, more termination notice. Doors are open. The doors slide open with a snap. Inside lies a smooth stone, one with several faces adorned on the sides. Examine the stone. Sending pebble. Pick it up carefully. Sending pebble. Third amplification spell commonly used as direct communication between powerful individuals, city-states, or arcanists. The Norwegian sending office employed many clerics for the express purpose of casting sending across the coast. Useful tool, very useful. Pocket the stone. You slip the pebble into your pouch. Not finding anything else here. Let's go. Exit the storage chamber. What a lovely delve. You glance at the ladder. What kind of man, no, what kind of human can I climb a simple ladder for 20 short feet? It will be embarrassing for anyone of any age to fail this. Attempt to climb the ladder. An esoteric tingle leads you astray. I rolled very well regardless, but... fully close your eyes as you do in order to fully immerse yourself in an experience of changing your elevation. You are afraid it is very high, yet your body remains calm. Within a moment, you are at the top of the ladder. God, you're so slow. Can we get moving? Why is there more lobster? Head out to the roof. Something stuck on one of the roller miller blades. Looking out with the ledges towards the roller miller blades, you see them spinning as per usual. There, there's a stick. Except in one of them, there's something stuck. You see a rod. An esoteric event? Interesting. It appears you've spotted something interesting. The design is quite easy to spot among the mass-produced Arcane era magic items. It is an immovable rod. What are you looking at? An immovable rod? Yes. Are they rare? No, uncommon. But it can be quite useful as long as the esoteric forces upon them have not waned. Try and grab the rod. You reach out, leading as far as you can, and... No, wait! Cleric! Oh no. You missed the rod, but... Oh, I'm stuck on it! In the process of falling, you landed right on top of the roller mill. How did you even... Help me, Snail! Am I coming back around? Yep, there I am. Why does this always happen to me? There's a good reason, surely. Beyond the water, the ridge of the ancient passage of Joy and Stone stands a young girl next to her mother. The child points toward the roller mill, exclaiming, "Mother, look, a cleric! He's riding the mill!" The mother responds with a sigh, "Yes, yes," with the daughter. "Come, we have to get home for supper." I just wanted the thing. I don't care, just try and jump or something. Just do it at the right timing, okay? Will you catch me? What? The goblin cannot hear if when the wheel is turned away from him. Look, just do what I say. On the next spin, jump. Let the yip off. Okay, good. Your arms clenching the side of the mill blade. You're putting it slowly approaching. The goblin watches the trepidation and takes a step back. Jump! You leap through the air. Far, but not far enough. Cleric! At least for a graceful landing of the ledge. Your body slams against the hard wall. The rod is still there. Your gloved hands clutching the ledge. Pull yourself up, rolling over the ride. The goblin helps as well. Oh, best you can. Okay, close one. You okay? Give him a thumbs up. Good enough. As you stand up, you realize something falls to the ground. The rod, it lands with a thud on the stony walkway. Oh, when did you grab that? But it's stuck right there. I'm not sure. Check out the rod. Movable rod. It's a hard wooden frame with fancy iron set pieces on each end. Along the handle is a button, however it appears to be permanently pressed down on. Oh, it's an immovable rod. I've seen one of those before. I don't think it's supposed to move though, right? Investigate it. A quick swipe with your hand reveals its magical nature. The tingle. However, this item is clearly broken. Try giving it to the goblin. Hand it over. The goblin grabs the rod. Let go. As you do, the goblin holds it alone. Yeah? It's really light. It's esoteric, clearly. Before tossing it to the air, he shrugs, okay? Tosses his hand, and the rod does not leave his palm. What? He mutters and tries to let go of the magic item. I can't. It's like I'm glued to it? What the hell? Here, take it back. The goblin hands it over to you without a problem. Looks perplexed. But touch it to the ground. As you do, it gets stuck to the ground. Obviously. It's a broken immovable rod. It's a movable rod? Sure. Huh. Whatever object it touches last, the rod will be esoterically locked with and aligned with. It cannot be moved once it touches an object until something comes in contact with the second object. So what constitutes an object for this case? This will be an esoteric designation. Usually determined by belief or common esoteric forces or certain specific rules left by Yor. Indicate a dynamic object connected via mass. Were you to cut off your arm, that arm wouldn't be the new object, or you need to place that arm on the ground. It is not a new object, but if were to you, for example, staple the arm to the ground via pythons, then it could potentially constitute as part of the ground. Okay. Gosh, the blue one talks a lot. It's just a magical stick. Simpleton. So how can this be used for? Used? Oh, nothing. It's quite literally a useless stick. Really? Well, if used very carefully, it could be a bookend. You know how it works? It's stuck to one thing, and when it touches a new thing, it's stuck to that instead. You got it. You're so smart. Well done. Aw. Look, it's clearly useless, but you know now. You know how it works? To put it unscientifically, whenever I put anything scientifically, don't answer that. Something like that. Something, sure. Was it worth it? I mean, no. It is a very, very interesting stick. It can never be bad. Fill up the pebble. Please don't bother anyone with that cleric. Think about who you have to send a message to. There are a few targets you have in mind. You can. The pebble of sending is a problematic item, not as qualified as the stone of sending. If it's big, the stone can send to anyone on the current plane of existence. Pebble has a limit of 1 mile. I got a movable stick. I like my movable stick. Oh wait, this gives like +2 strength? I missed items like giving so many bonus stats. I have a rat that gives me minus charisma for some reason as well. I am on roof. Is that a scroll? Resistance note. Plus strength minus wisdom. Two resistant members of Tolstad. That's a good organization. What are they resisting? Evil, surely. You ever heard about the resistance? Yeah, no resistance or whatever. Minor organization, basically a bunch of human kids causing trouble. We only know them because they wiped away some goblin graffiti a couple of months ago. I went and talked to one of their moms. Nice old lady in the East Housing. After that, we didn't have any more trouble. They're... the Free Striders? Nationalists, I think. Bunch of boys. Human boys tend to lean nationalistic for certain reasons. Yes, obviously. Roll your eyes. Are you rolling your eyes? Yes, roll your eyes again. Ah, okay, look like you had some type of neck problem. But it's fine, keep at it. Tonight's ting is cancelled. Meet up tonight in Waterland instead. Time to stop the chat. Signed by R. Chant? Book is by newspaper Askell. This evening it seems. Tonight should be like 7 o'clock and midnight or something. That's in a few hours. Why is that on the roof? That's okay. I engage with the ladder. Along with a fall, climb the ladder again. Crab? Can you heal me, statue? I think that's a... Can I heal her for divine assurance? Yes, possibly. If you care. Prayer of healing. Failure. Bird? Burb? Is that a burb disappearing? Free trade. Griffin? Worked a ball of feathers and wings and really sharp claws. A magnificent creature. Too bad it's cleverly overfed. It's a griffin. It is someone intelligent magic pleased. He will require speak with animals to communicate properly. A little drool forming underneath the open beak of the beast. Wait, isn't that... Entrance and the wares on the other roof. If you want to get inside, you're gonna have to get past this bad boy. Anyone want to ask what the plan is there? What a majestic creatures. Now, don't you want to pet it too? No, no thank you. And seriously, be careful. I'm not cleaning up your guts if that thing skewers you. Time to pet the beast! I must pet it! You go in and... Ah! Why am I... A light tap? God damn it, you hear a companion yelling, rushing down the street. Why do I just get sent flying? Oh god, ow. Pain. The bones in your body cracking. The hard ground merging with your flesh. But you live. Almost got it. Gosh, be damn, whatever you're thinking, you hear Snell yell at you as it comes running down the street. It's a good lie, but seriously, this... Isn't there a saying about not waking a sleeping griffin? Don't do it again. Ouch. I can prepare a second spell into that as well, I think. Oh, but I need to know the spell for that level to do so, right? Time to pet it again. Attempt to pet the beast. At least it got slapped. Eh. Dwarves architectural feats. Keep growing in the Bella Water Lane. Office of Snorre Appledent. PN? It's PN. So where is the tea house again? To the west of the thing, but that's like here? Is it here? Dormitory out of commission. See me, son of Strokeback. RNA. Snell. Oh, this is your home, Snell. Welcome to my pad. Go ahead, root around as much as you want. Thank you for letting me in. I'm not sure how this is any way useful for the job. Let me know if you're done looking around. Looking, nothing else. It's a nice apartment. Yeah, I'm not here a lot. The work is much better than usual. One time I was on a date, brought her back here. A girl? A terrible idea. The date was already going poorly. Imagine her expression when she steps in here, and there's a pile of reports all over the floor. A blocked drain in the kitchen sink, and 15 confiscated bowls of pixie dust piled in the corner. Let me tell you, it took her 10 seconds to come up with an excuse. This is one of his favorites. He tells this to everyone. His laughter fades and looks around his place and tells you, anyway, looks better these days. Look at them as much of a neat goblin as everyone else. Might as well keep my apartment clean too. Girl? Yeah. Back when I was still looking for that sort of thing. You know, getting tied down, so on. In a minute for rocket sense. What about you? The question dots tiny little holes in your inside skull. Clerics are popular, right? Breathe heavily. Tactfully change the subject. Breathe heavily. The goblin looks at you with no protective expression in his face. Ah, natural 20. He's expecting answers, you're going to give him one. Not a lie, though, you can handle it right now. Too much pressure, clearly. Too much! You gotta listen to your gut. So what do I say? Just keep it simple. Dismiss the question in a nice way, like this. Clear your throat. No, Lily, I'm busy with work. Be cool. Ah. Now, change the subject now. You seem to be the type busy with work too. Oh, yes. For the last few years, I've been focused on the halfways and whatever the old lady needs of me. Don't mean to sound ungrateful, though I do love it. Feel rewarding. You're quite good at what you do, whatever it is. He laughs. I ask myself the same question sometimes. He comes and takes a breath. I tell you to look at it from a government perspective, but let me put it like this. Lady Sage Leaf gave me the options in a world of railroad tracks. I get to help people and get real fucking good at it. So for now, I'm going to keep doing it. Better than being bored, that's for sure. It's definitely not the type of job that ever leaves you bored. Anyway, how about you want to chat about, or what can we get going? You live here alone? Yep. Doesn't it get lonely? I don't spend much time here. Cool place. Thanks. How long have you lived here? 3 years, 4? God, it's been that long. What does it cost? $100 a month. Real cheap, but I got a special deal because of the HWPT gig. You like living here? It's central, right next to the garden. That's all I really care about. Also, the ventilation system is pretty sweet during the colder months. What about you? Where do you live? I live with my mom. Tell him the truth. Your body shakes. The truth is freedom, honor, goodness. I live with my mom. You do? It is honorable. Traditional family housing is good for society. That's a good point. Ugh. His words got deep. Well, anyway. I can't afford my own place. She's not home alone. I used to live in the towers, but they kicked me out. Huh. Can I ask why? Yes. Okay then. Look, they had some problems with some of my writing. Your writing? What, can't be that spelling, eh? Idiotic comment. Spelling, huh? Because you're a cleric. That's in spells. Light apostasy. I got a new patriarch who didn't like me, and then when I presented an argument for the Republic Revolution without the influence of the free cities, they said it was a misuse of state resources, and then they branded me with minor case of dereliction, but really, it's all overblown. And Bjorn uses it, the same copper press all the time for a bunch of personal stuff. He never gets into trouble over it. He just seems really overblown to me, so yeah. So they can just do that, toss it out? It's all tower politics. And normal politics too, it seems. Well, sounds like bullshit. But you're still employed a cleric? Of course, it was just a disciplinary action if you've been mad at me since I refused to register as a member of the Party of Norwick. Interesting. Interesting. So this whole thing is sort of like a redemption run for you, then? Solving a mysterious tea shop that exploded and so on. Rejoin the fold. I'll solve it to prove my abilities. Eventually I'll lead the city myself. Right. As a magocrat or a general clerical dictator? Magocrat for sure. Right. As per usual, good luck with that. Please. Yeah, I've noticed you're pretty good and nice there. You know there's the 3 tribes in the city, right? The halfways get by real well, thanks to the late Sage Leaf. It didn't used to be that way, and most goblins have a real time of getting here. Most guilds won't expect to hire goblins just like that. What? That's illegal. I know it doesn't stop them. We're not human, so by default, on average, we're not trusted. Back in the day, there were apparently a bunch of programs meant to push us into the workforce, anti-discrimination laws, goblin public work projects, but those support for those who ran on before I was born. So most kids just fall into crime. That's understandable. It's the only path for them. The clearest path, at least. Besides, imagine you're a goblin kid. You spend most of the days in the warren with 20 others your age. There's barely any resources to actually teach you all the human stuff we're legally forced to be taught. If you're lucky, you've got one parent with a stable income. Otherwise, you'll be living in the dormitories. No support system. No chance to integrate into the city you're supposed to be living in. If you're lucky, you'll get in a dangerous gig in the tunnels. If not, the only way for you to get enough money for food beyond the basic handout is joining a syndicate. You recruit young to keep you in this juvenile socket if you get caught. Starting as an errand boy, ending up as whatever they need for their enterprises. Then you bring home a heavy pouch of crowns for your moms and pops. What are they gonna do? Turn the little kid in? Or accept their only major income the household's got in months? Maybe they'll even encourage you, push you to get real friendly with the local runner. Weren't you a runner? Runner and handler, yeah. It's complicated, but the Halford Bridge, the tribe is classified as a syndicate. We run things in a similar sense to the Ishki and the NMBT, except we do things strictly by the book. We don't run drugs for one. We keep Waterlane free of smuggling. But most importantly, we only keep the youth out of it. We keep the youth. And we keep the other tribes at an arm's length. Lady Sageleaf is a real draconian in that regard. Everyone, and I mean everyone in our tribes, gets a job and a good salary. We've tried pushing this method, our support system, onto other tribes, but it's hard. It's not always popular. We're the small, annoying, cultish tribe of Tolstad, after all. So that's what it is. What a rant. Young goblins, young humans. Seems to be no different when it comes to the solution. A purpose and a place, that's all they need. No. Cool, thanks for the talk. It's a bit high up. Too far away. Mass-produced glowstone lantern. Hey Snell, do you need help fixing this thing? That's okay, Cleric. What's wrong with it? Fix it. While the heat remained and the stone is quite hot, its weak esoteric light was aesthetically spread out across the full surface of the lantern instead of focused on its glowstone itself. Reach it. The light returns. Fix the lamp, Snell. Ah, thanks. Thumbs up. The goblin speaks your language. Now you won't have to trip and go into the bathroom in the middle of the night anymore. That's not really a problem, you know. Points his eyes. Dark vision. Right, you're a goblin, I keep forgetting. Same to you, I keep forgetting you're not an abnormally tall gnome. A gnome? Good impression, I like that. Mimic stereotypical gnome hand movement. Look at me, I'm the tallest gnome in the world! Slightly radius, but I can take it. But yeah, to fix the lamp, thanks for... that's a good at tinkering. You're slightly above average, which is more about the average than it does about you. I'm taking your stuff, Snell. A birdman with black and white pattern along with a note, the tea shop owner. A bulky merman with the text rival, no one on ambition. Stout looking dwarf in uniform with the hammer symbol in the corner, patron. Stylish orc with the three-sided heart symbol in the corner, completely unaffiliated, suspicious. Pale man holding a skull, no motive. Even with a fancy beard and a fish symbol in the corner, suppressing info, beware. Enemies, spies, city conspiracy. The project visualizer. Let's make it track our jobs. You can check it out if you want. You're good at this. Thanks. That's what I do. Expensive material. Stand before a simple bed frame. Look at the mattress. That goes for extra in every outlet. Its claim contains circus ridiculous. Can I take a nap now? What? No! You ever think about getting into my... No, think... You could join too! That's definitely worse. Come on. Let's have a body nap. Even worse. Thanks, Bet. Aw. What a body nap. Out of reach. Interesting. And where does this go? Berggrund. Mountain bed. Mountain rock. Hello. Are you a mushroom? Neska Vikala Nessan of the Green. Oh, the druid. I keep rolling really, really poorly on these. A strange creature hunched over. She's making potions. Underneath a large red hat, her drooping gaze slowly glides towards you. Not a hat, it's got an actual mushroom growing out of her skull. The elf drops a final piece of mushroom into the bowl of the table and gives a creepy grin. Nice corner you got here. Slowly and in an appropriately dramatic fashion, she widens her eyes to reveal piercing red pupils. And her grin widens even more somehow. Oh god, she's trouble. She's real trouble. Just look at her side of the head. Look at those hairs, white hair, ashen hue. And those eyes. Smell seems to stay a bit behind. An elf? Aren't they rare? In your days, you've only seen a handful of these gangly freaks. The city holds many folk, but elves are both few in number and seldom intermingling. Wisdom is one of my dump stats, so yeah. But elves are both few in number and seldom intermingling with lesser races. But look at her. This is no elf Ilum. This is an elf of Pimea. Hello, elf. Your guttural chuckle leave her lip. A man delves into the garden. His sight set on the mysterious below. Are you that man? Am I that man? More or less. Creepy. Is he trying to intimidate you? Your strange question will not affect you, for you are indeed a true man. I'm a man. Oh, a man's man. Exotic. The elf stammers, or is that an idiolect? Not a speech impediment, it is her undercoast accent seeping through. She turns around, her red eyes glimmering beyond a mist of spores. Nesvikala of the Green. Call me Nessan, I am an underling to Hierophant of Vidana. Of course, a druid. Something esoteric going on here. You're a hag, aren't you? She just gives you a goofy smile. A mushroom hag. I'm no hag, although I worked with many in my days. I spent my days handling primal forces that which grows in decays. Do you know much of it? It's about nature spirits, right? Like the warlockism. Spirits do inhabit all living things. Although compared to making a deal with some fiend, I promise you trees are much more austere. She lowers her gaze for what you realize is the first time since you raised it. I'd like to hear your tale, human. There's much to be learned from your folk and your settlement in this band. Settlement? It's a great city-state, not some lone village. It speaks as though our folks' 60-something years of civilization building is nothing but a footnote in her history book. How sustainable is your lifestyle? Sustainable? How do you replenish the resources you consume? And if you do not, how many years until depletion? You mean in particular? Or my people? Both, or either? I'm supposed to know that. I do not mean an exact number of hours or even years until you run out of natural resources. Just an approximation. You want an answer now? If you have it. Think about it. We live in balance here in the city. Do you believe that? No. Her bright expression fades. I've watched your people for some time, from a distance. I am not one to make judgments. That is for the earth and sea. But it worries me to see how few primal forces there are to keep you at bay. Primal forces? She places a palm against the rough floor. Ophidiana has helped keep the undersea from being overtaken by unbalancing powers. Demigods, fiends, celestials, your humans, arcanists. Each creature a power that only overtakes a primal. They do so with ease. The great warrior kind waged upon one another delayed it, but I do certainly believe it is inevitable. The primal is just another of those powers she mentions. It can be tamed, it should be. Don't worry, nature always survives. Most often it does, but look at your so-called burned coast and those cursed lands in Diminor. She means reeds. Diminor is the old name. She should call it Old Diminor. Nature makes it through most things, but there are forces in the world that can wring the life out of every band if it so wishes. We must stay vigilant. She takes a deep breath, deliberate breath. Now enough of complicated topics. Tell me, human, do you have a mate? Stay with her. Well? Your cheeks clench. She's not allowed to pry. Rebuke her! Your companion takes a few steps further away. Your mind races. Hostile? No, probably not. Elaborate. Of course, I apologize if I was vague, human. I only mean most humans in the settlement group in pairs. I wonder if one of your kind do the same, form such long-term committed partnerships. I've got Snell. I've got... As you turn around, you see your partner half hiding behind a corner. I refute that. Sad to say, your partner doesn't seem to as committed, she quipped. She lowers her mushroom cap in size. I see, it's the same here then. The path of an esoteric garden is to be alone. Sad but true. The elf starts adding some kind of oily liquid to her mushroom bowl. A strange substance, golden, perhaps from some kind of undersea whale. Just olive oil, cheap brand. If this old elf can guide you in any way, make it so. If not, I will return to my toil. Show your primal attunement? Snell, why are you acting weird? Shut up! He turns away from you and the mushroom lady. Don't worry, the lady runners here is not a fan of fungi. I'm just keeping a safe distance, alright? He takes a few more steps away. Ah. Druidic magic. I have to try, kneel and focus. You focus your mind on the nature around, on the life that decay, the funny looking mushrooms, you cannot sense it. Magic is hard. Maybe if I start clenching. You move from mind to muscle. No, you're barking up the wrong tree. You keep clenching. Pressure. Pain. No. Perhaps this was a foolish choice. But pain can be a good teacher. Perhaps you've learned something here. You clenched. Hard. Spend a shard to unlock. Dang it. Heal and focus. Why isn't this working? It takes time practice. Maybe if I clench. Oh, I'm dying. What do you know about the tea shop? Only what the roots whisper to me. The elf leans closer, twisting her head to the side. You must delve deep, human. Something rotten happened that day. The green quakes, they fear to come. What do you think happened? I will not deliberate on things I have no knowledge about. Did he whisper anything useful? You do not speak with trees often, do you? Insane behavior. So were you there when it exploded? No, it was much further below. And what did the goblins whisper? That the city is at fault, that the sage leaf should take over, the usual. Such speech is highly illegal. It is in fact not, although some might argue it should be. What are you voting for? I'm not a citizen of Norvik. According to city law, universal suffrage includes the inhabitants of Norwegian soil as of the first. How long have you lived here? About a year or so. That makes a citizen then. Oh. Don't I get a say in that? If you don't tell the government, you're probably fine. Then perhaps I won't. Thank you, human. You don't look like an elf. What do elves look like? Pointy-eared bastards. Monsters Ilum. Elves are tree-like, Pimia elves are simply grey. I suppose there are many elves. Why not call ourselves that? But to you people, yes, I am an elf. Pimia. Dark elves. Pimia ya oli taina taiti. Right, so a lot of the dwarvish stuff in the game is essentially just Swedish, and apparently all the elvish stuff is essentially Finnish. We are elves of the stars. You speak Elvish? Impressive! Yeah, so it's weird whenever it's like a Swedish dwarven word pops up, because it's like, this is just like Swedish, like, Yeah, healed 1. 4. And 1 first level spell slot. Unlocked all ability checks. Dusk. Now! Now I can clench again! That didn't do. Okay. Let's just not. Yes! That did it. Okay. Let's use an item to try again. Need to prove it. You're attuned to nature. Interesting. Yes, yes. He places a bowl from her desk to the ground before you. I'm not sure what you've learned in the studies. The primal forces are complicated, but you can still sense the tingle of your strings through every branch of mushroom. Hold your hand over her bowl. As you reach out, the elf hums. Then moves the bowl even closer. You've attempted this before, did not go well. You believe that it is all you require. Magic is not an exact science, despite what the instructors at the tower used to tell you. Esoteric in your realm does not conform to rules. That is the only rule they truly follow. Now feel the oily mushrooms inside this bowl. The strings within them, around them. Grab one of them. Change it. Twist the string. What's happening? At first, nothing. Then a twinge. But if you touch, it is connected with the spores, the growth, the decay. You did little, but you did something. The elf nods. What did I do? You ruined my brew! Shit. Oh, oops, she laughs. You caused the fungi in the bowl to change acidity. It's subtle, but it's there. You performed an act of druidcraft. Human. I learned druidcraft. The goblin looks on, giving an uncharacteristically stunned expression. I did? She gives a lecturous smirk. Nesting up the bowl and pours the mushy mushrooms under the ground. The contents wriggle before you. I made the mushrooms come to life? No, they are supposed to move like that. You did not perform that big of an esoteric feat. Not yet, at least. She chuckles and puts the bowl back on her desk. Perhaps you can be one human I share knowledge with, if that is what you wish. Please do, I want to learn. Very well. What do you want to know? I want to learn how to speak with animals? I shouldn't be too hard? Yeah, I can speak with animals. Spells could get started. What is druidcraft really? I've called it the most useful path of communication with nature. It can be used for many a thing, but for you, I would suggest focusing on the basics. Use it to move peacefully through roots and to show your balanced nature to those primal spirits who run below. Unfortunately, I'm out of spell slots. Can nature protect me? Of course, with Barkskin. I do have a spell scroll for it, but it's down in the roots, below the garden. If you pass by, take it. We keep a cache hidden underneath the Lord Pooh. Pooh's Elvish tree. Pooh? A cute nickname. She giggles. We have a password. Just say, Minum Sekisis Puni, and she'll open right up. You can have the other stuff inside as well. Send Sage Leaf wants you to succeed. Oh, great. Thanks. What does that mean? Flattery of the highest kind. Let's get the password and we'll grant you. Can Druid create magical food? Certainly. There's a spell that will be very useful for you since you're on the run all the time. Good apple. Creates 5 apples. Each can feed a grown man for a full day. Oh, I love apples. Can I have it? I don't have the spell scroll, sorry. But I do seem to remember I handed one to Moongore. She might keep one in the Brutes of Pooh. Are these apples real or fake? They're real. I concentrate the spell myself in the process of helping Sage lift apple stains down there. Magically created, but yes, but real. Moongore. When the Sage lifts enforces a bugbear, lovely woman. Quite a bite on her. What is she implying? The elf is quite a provoker, horrible. I still resent you, Moongore and I are friends. What are these primal forces? Nature. That includes, but not limited to, elements, life, anything that grows, really, and which exists at the core of life. Primal consumer, decent, blah blah blah. What differs primal from arcane and divine forces? He squints and stares at you. The answers to that could be many. I would lean towards saying that they're different only origin. But that origin makes all the difference in the world. No. It's like forces that flow through your strings. Some flow through divine sources, some through natural, some primal. While the arcane is more like plucking those strings themselves, editing the rules, something like that. Thank you. my pie cones. Shmamp and rig. Stuff. I don't have the spell slots. I have a second level spell slot, but I have nothing to prepare into it, so I can't do that. I can have Snell crawl into the pipe instead. Trying into the pipe again. Hey, Snell, check it out for me. Check out what? The hole. Go inside. You still think that I... You do it yourself. I'll help kick if you get stuck. I just want to go inside the pipe because it's disgusting. Come on, Snell. It's the only way we'll ever solve this mystery. No, both to me crawling the shit pipe and that it will solve this mystery. Fine, I'll do it myself, but you're going to be such a little craven about it. You need the dirt and put your helmet in the face. You can do it. Press harder. Enter the hole. Snell, doesn't look like I'm getting anywhere. Yeah, just keep going. It'll be great. Wiggle your way through. Yes. Oh, it actually leads to something. I thought I would just like end up like out of the water again, but it actually did something. Calendar. Not a date. Whoever has worked this service site in the past has attempted to place it in its natural position. It reminds you of a copper calendar, but far, far older. This is a moonshot led by this white barbarians of the Divine Era. Decipher the current day. No. It's broken. Leave it alone. Shiny? Two meters. What kind of man? What kind of hero can I step down lightly and even stun a slab? Step down. In a manly way. You are afraid. This is very steep. If your body remains calm. You are at the bottom. God, you're slow. Can we get moving? Where's this guy standing with a lobster? One goofy looking cat. Axel Mads. I fail every single, like, wisdom. You hear the sound of working. Grunting, clanging, and so on. A dwarf down here? Could be a trap. Hello up there. Dwarf's smoldering eye widens as he sees you. Look, Romulus, we got an official visiting. If that doesn't make us official, I don't know what will. There's a rust monster. Peeking over the ledge, you spot an orange monster creeping about. A rust monster, the dwarf is friendly with it. How strange. Rust monsters are known to devour metal. Keep your distance. Do you have a license for this? License? Then you need to want to risk your life down here. Puts down his tool and strikes a pose. Let me introduce myself. I'm Axel Badson. Dark Dwarf. Or such as they prefer, Under Dwarf. Pleasure to meet you. You're a Norwegian cleric, I presume? I'm actually more of an arcane spellcaster. Also a wizard. Yes, indubitably. Don't use that word. Oh, and you got a goblin with you. You blah blah blah. Yeah, you're a dungeoneer. We're looking for cats, right? Looking for cats? More or less. Hope your lady wasn't too mad about my inquiry. I'd say annoyed is a better description. It's fine, just don't trespass anymore. Will do, or I won't. I mean, but I should correct you, I'm not a dungeoneer. I'm more of a... Bright smiley adjusted color on his uniform. Well, I'm what you'd call an historian with an ambition. As he says it, the orange beast sends an echoing hissing noise down the chamber. Exactly, Romulus. We're here on an expedition of grand proportions to find the legendary missing mine of Tolamon, the Tolin cattle. The snail folk, ancient builders of the city below. Tulin cattle? Yes, Tulamon Tulin cattle. Ancient people of great historic might. Now compared to Arcanist, of course, but still impressive for beasts of yore. Does it look like a quest? Oh, yes, indeed. A quest! Rhea perks up. Just to be clear, I'm not here to spoil just like that. So here's the deal. I'm in trouble. His pet makes a loud belching noise. Right? He mumbles and gives the mouse a pat on his back. You want to help, friend? Help a stranger? That's how heroes made. Help a stranger? That's how fools are made. I will help you if I can. Great. You see, there are two strange ruins in a section in the city below the city. He points out a statue, white main ruins before the dwarven and humans, and even trolls. This place was ruled by cats. The theory goes, the snails of Tolin had an esoteric mine not far from the pillars of yore. The mines of Tolamon, the place thick veins of endlessly growing amber and platinum. But the walking god of the white mane, for some reason, sealed it shut at some point, according to legends. Sealed esoterically, probably, since we can't seem to locate it. So the ancient snail folk, and then slightly less ancient cat folk who built cat stuff on top of the snail stuff. Exactly. So you're looking for it. Oh yes, not alone in this. But my research has shown me clear indication that there are two ruins below Tolstad that are more or less unexamined, at least by skilled hands. Your hands are skilled, very skilled. How can you hide an entire mine? You'd be surprised, the city below the city is... But it is 4 or 5 levels of sprawling tunnels of caverns. Here on Tolstad, it's only this here top level that's in any way accessible. So what's the problem? There's no problem with this side, but I'm almost finished here, and I'm unable to gain access to the second White Mane ruins because of inside WBT territory, and they are very unwilling to allow a dwarf like me past. With lovely goblin friend, I have hired a brutish bugbear as a guard. But you're a cleric. If you can get access to the territory, then please head south. Through the damp high caverns, there should be a White Mane rune at the end. A shrine, probably marked by a bunch of feline symbols. You split toward a giant statue. Just look for big cats, essentially. You can access yourself? No way, hombre. Lady Sage has made it very, very clear that there's no dungeoneering in her dark, dank tunnels. Especially by outsiders, so that's not happening. Not while she's the leader. What do you want me to do here? What I need you to do is tell me if you find a symbol of a sun or 2 blades. Either of those, then report it back to me, if you're able and if you have time. Wish I could do it myself, those darn goblins. No offense. I'm taken. I really do not care. Sun or 2 blades. Great, and good luck. Why are your eye glowing? When you met 2 in the underdrawers, have you? Eh. A long step. Oh, wait, this is... I went here before. This is a trap. Actually, literally was here before. And then I ran back around because I was scared. Oop. So everything suddenly goes very, very tight. A cramp? I have to speak. When you open your mouth, you feel sluggish and hard. As if your body is fighting against every inch. What's going on here? You can neither move nor breathe. Eric, you okay? Your companion's voice, faint, as if he's far away. It's possibly quite terrible. Hold on. Something's off here. Oh, I can't move. Some kind of trap? Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Stop playing around. Stop. Stopping like that reminds me of that time that the government takes a step closer to you before you jolt him back. All around. Oh, I'm in a gelatinous cube. Cubes, slang for gelatinous cube. I was wondering why things were just like mid-air. Gelatinous cube, a mindlessly yet dangerous cubic ooze. They are nearly impossible to spot due to their translucent nature and digest anything within their grasp with a horrendous acidic substance. They are both common within dungeons and used as both guards and cleanup. Cube! It's seeping into... Oh! By earth that burns, it shares your burden. You appear to be enclosed within a gelatinous cube. You're statistically likely to die here and now. The monster cannot hold you. You must fight! Cleric? Here comes his faint voice. Listen to me. I don't know why, but the cube ain't aggressive. It tells us in the rope that quickly gets sucked into the gelatinous mass. Push a bit closer to the edge and grab the rope. I'll help pull you out. The rope doesn't get nearly close enough for you to easily take it, but if you can get to it, you might live. Into his voice. Oh. No! You struggle against the incredible hard mass around your limbs. Around a strain and push. You fight, yet your muscles give out after reaching a little bit further. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I'm dying. Death saving throws. Cleric! The feeling isn't nice. The one where you're sitting, eyes fixed in the bucket, the sour apple sticking out of a mountain of bad decisions. The sick and singing feeling in your stomach. Feel sick. It was not right, but you did it. They told you to. 15. You ate... What is this? That feeling isn't nice. The one where you're sitting, eyes fixed up on a bucket, the sour apple sticking out like a mountain of bad decisions, the sick and singing feeling in your stomach. You did what they told you. You ate 15. You probably knew it wasn't real, but you did it. Epescut! And when you walked up to those kids at the bottom of the pit in the hillside along with the bucket filled with 15 Epescut, apple cores. Epescut, Dwarven slang for apple core. They laughed, they chanted. Evil. Children are the worst. That's when you got the nickname. They stuck around until your dad died. You left the hills behind. They kept saying it. When you got mad, they said it. When you played along, mocking yourselves, they said it. Apple Boy. Apple Boy! It's not even a good name. So uninspired. Yet you still tried to follow them, to be nice, to be a friend. Apple Boy! But eventually you started running away. Apple Boy! Each time you would get trying to get close, they would laugh and snicker and leave. And so the Apple Boy was all alone until the day he... You dumb asshole! Open your eyes. Take the damn rope! The goblin cannot speak to you that way. Show him how a man deals with his problems. He's not going to be seeing you to solve clearly. Escape the cube. You push and fight against the endless pressure of this translucent force of acid pain, and then grab the rope. You cling to it. Let's go! The goblin needs to push with all his might. Your muscles urge to stop, but the lack of pain on each limb as it escapes the cube surface causes you to continue. And finally, leave the cube. Pant and wheeze, caught up on pieces of sizzling cube ooze in the dungeon's floor. The pain fades. Part of your brain not processing the incredible horrific burns you've suffered. Next to you, the goblin laughs. Holy shit! What for a goner? Not yet. You're a spirit. Whew. Turn around and look at it. The message in this cube just stays entirely still. It does not move nor react to your presence. It's a weird one. It's a few cubes, but never one that just sits there. Really ominous, honestly. It's clear that this cube is at the very least not actively hostile. I can pet the cube. Reach forward and carefully tap the surface. Let it burn. It burns your hand just a bit. You having fun? Worth it. Tell me you know about these things now. For one, they're neither this passive, never this passive. They also shouldn't be this big, I don't think. I've heard them splitting and merging at times, but not to this size. Beyond that, I just know they're attracted to... He stopped some things about... what was it? Hot local goblins? Foreigners? It's not clerics, is it? I swear on gods, if it's clerics... The blood of man? No. Powerful women? No such thing. Nope. Soulless free striders? Let's have a quick laugh. Don't distract me. Hot local goblins? Who isn't? Foreigners? Stop. It's not clerics. I swear on God, it's clerics. He snaps his fingers. Attracted to heat. Warmth? That is a synonym, yes. The goblin points at a glowing torch inside the cube. I bet it has something to do with that. Punch the cube. I wonder... Yes, so yell at this cube here. Could I actually reach the torch? The cube will let you walk into it. It'll clamp onto you quickly, so you need to move as fast as you can before it decides to hold you tight. You can push through, but that would just kill me now. Could you get that torch, Snell? No, could you? Of course, what do you think I am, weak? Let me rephrase. Could you do it without having your skin dissolved by Gelatinous cube? Skin is overrated. I suppose you've got your armor instead. Have I even seen your skin? No. The goblin is out of deep sigh and looks across the surface of the yellow monster. It keeps weird. They're usually way more aggressive. If anyone can stand here and no problem, something's way off. I bet it's that torch. Use your magic to grab it. There are a handful of spells that could work here. Protect the shield if you wish to fight through the acid. Or a mage hand. If we could find mage hand, then maybe that would work. If the gel would let it go through. We have to find it then. I thought clerics like you basic cantrips like that. I mean, we've even got some goblins who know it. It's not rare. The goblin can't be allowed to denigrate you like this. It's beneath the cleric of Norvik. Trembling. Anger. Look, I lost some things in the river, okay? Right, yeah, you had a thing. Sorry. Lift your chin. Anyway, you're up to the temple. But I'll just do anything rash. Push through the yell. Oh. I probably should leave this place covered with traps. I think this is a way up. No, this is where I came from. I think. Yeah, this is a way up. This is where I started the game. And I got caught in a trap. I went down here, got caught on a tripwire here that like left me dangling below. That was fun. And I don't know why there's all these apples. Swamp extract. Oh. I think this is the tea shop. But we're also closing in on 4 hours now, so... yeah. I'm gonna do a save here. And call it. So, interesting thing, this game is released in like 2 days or something like that. So it is very tiring going through, like, I don't know if it's a really good streaming game because, oh my god, there's nothing but pure dialogue. Like, I could just sit here and just read things for hours, but like reading it out loud as well is exhausting. But I definitely enjoyed it so far. But we might have to look into something else for just streaming purposes. Unfortunately, I did not learn a punch spell for my cleric wizard. In which case, might have to look into something else to stream for a bit. But as of this moment, I'm done for the night. So thank you and good night. Thank you for stopping by, Rubani. It's been nice. Thank you and good night. Bye bye.